The open to the 12th District Tournament brings us to Morgantown, Kentucky as the Grayson County Cougars take on the Edmonson County Wildcats. Winner moves on to Don Lee Field for a Saturday contest in the 3rd Region quarterfinals. It's Grayson County, Edmonson County in the district tournament. It doesn't get much better than that. And a good morning and welcome to a Memorial Day contest here at Butler County High School for the 12th District semifinals between the Grayson County Cougars and the Edmonson County Wildcats. It's Sam Gormley and Briley Napier with you here on the call. And Briley, Grayson County, Edmonson County, 12th District semifinals. It doesn't matter if it's baseball, softball, if it's basketball, if it's volleyball, it's gonna be a war.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. You have possibly the biggest rivalry in the entire 3rd region.
I say it.
Matching up on an absolutely gorgeous day, 12 a.m. It's Memorial Day. This doesn't get any better.
Grayson County enters with a record of 13-19. Edmonson County, on the other hand, comes in with a record of 15-14. Two teams met back earlier this year, back on the 26th and 27th of April. Grayson County swept the series, winning the 2 games by a combined 7-2 total. But that, as I always say, that was then, this is now.
Yep.
That means nothing right now. All that matters is Chaz Wilson against Mason Miller.
Yes.
Coming up here on our pregame show, we're going to introduce you to both the Grayson County Cougars and the Edmonson County Wildcats and give you the starting lineups for this afternoon's contest. This is Grayson County Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back here to Butler County High School. Grayson County and Edmonson County coming into the 12th District semifinals. It's Sam Gormley and Briley Napier with you. If you're joining us here on K105 Digital Productions, you might be wondering, is there video aspect? No, there's not today. So it'll just be audio only, but Briley and I will be here to paint the picture for you. We're going to do a better job than video could ever happen.
I'm certainly not an artist, but we'll.
I'm not either.
We'll
but
try our best.
I guess we're artists of words today. That works, since we both can't paint pictures.
Yeah.
Edmonson County enters with a record of 15-14. Today they're going to turn to Chaz Wilson. Wilson on the season. This will be his 13th game, 10th start, a 1.72 ERA, 79 strikeouts, 30 walks, 7-1. That one loss came against the Grayson County Cougars back in April, as he has been very, very good this season, striking out 10.4 batters a game.
Yeah, that's really impressive, I think. But if you're Grayson County today, I think the most important stat that Chaz Wilson has on the entire year is that one loss, because it came against them at Edmonson County. And I think if you're the Cougars, you're not worrying about any other stat on Chaz Wilson's line except for that one loss.
And we welcome back here to Butler County High School. We apologize for some technical difficulties there. We hope that we're back with you right now, and bear with us as heat doesn't necessarily always work out as we are directly in the sunlight. So we hope that we have finagled and MacGyvered something. Bradley Napier, you should see him. He has pretty much one hand in the air, umbrella. It's working perfectly.
It's not the easiest thing in the world.
No, it is not. And Grayson County and Butler County are getting closer, or sorry, Grayson County and Edmonson County at Butler County High School are getting closer and closer to getting underway. Now let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First off, for the Wildcats of Edmonson County, who are going to be the road team on your scoreboard tonight. Leading off and playing center field is Clay Walden. Batting second and playing third base is Gavin Minyard. The 3-hole hitter will be the starting pitcher, Chaz Wilson. Batting fourth and playing first base is Gavin Rose. The 5-hole hitter will be the right fielder, Cole Saling. Batting sixth and catching is Isaiah Johnson. The 7-hole hitter will be the 7th grade phenom, Hunter Wilson. He is going to be playing shortstop tonight. Dylan Lindsay will be the second baseman and bat 8th. The 9-hole hitter will be the designated hitter, Darren Alexander. And the designated player playing left field is Tyler Fugate. Once more, that starting lineup for Edmonson County. Walden in center, Minyard at third, Wilson pitching. Rose will be the first baseman, Saling will be the right fielder, Johnson catching, Wilson will be the shortstop, Lindsay at second, Alexander is the designated hitter, and Fugate will be the left fielder as the designated player. Head coach for Edmonson County is Bo West. For Grayson County, now their starting lineup. Leading off and playing third base is Dane Hawkins. The 2-hole hitter will be the second baseman, Gavin Childress. Batting third and catching, Chandler McCready. The 4-hole hitter will be the starting pitcher tonight, Mason Miller. Batting fifth and playing right field is Camden Brothers. The 6-hole hitter will be the center fielder, Caden Woodcock. Batting seventh at first base is Cody Shepard. The 8-hole hitter will be the shortstop, Ethan Snyder. And batting ninth and playing left field is Jaron Van Meter. Once more, that starting lineup for Grayson County. Hawkins at third, Childress at second, McCready catching. Miller is the starting pitcher, Brothers in right, Woodcock in center. In the latter third of Shepard at first, Snyder at short, Van Meter in left. Head coach Danny Clark, of course, in his 18th season at the helm of the Grayson County Cougar baseball program. Briley, thoughts on this lineup here for Grayson County?
Yeah, I think it's probably the best lineup they could have rolled out there. Some defensive improvements from what we've seen in the past. Jaron Van Meter as a freshman getting a start in left field. It's going to be a huge game for him. Starting as a freshman in a district game is not the easiest thing in the world. I know from firsthand experience, especially in an important position like left field here in today's game. But you have the lineup in place that you need. It's really just up to them to produce and prove that they can do it.
Grayson County, Edmonson County here in the 12th District semifinals. Briley, this game, it doesn't matter if you are playing a team that has never played baseball before in their entire lives going up against them. There are nerves with this game. How do you combat that?
You can't. You got to deal with them. It's not necessarily how you combat the nerves. It's how you use them to your advantage. You're going into this game. I promise you, everybody out here on these foul lines they're nervous. They got that little pit in their stomach and they're nervous, but that's okay because that's part of life. And they got to use that, and they got to go out there and they got to use that adrenaline to get out and get out early often.
Grayson County and Edmonson County closer to getting underway. Looks like we're going to have a national anthem. So we will come back and have the play-by-play next here on K105. welcome back here to the 12th District Tournament. The Cougars are taking the field right now as Grayson County and Edmonson County are getting closer and closer to getting underway here tonight. Mason Miller getting the start here for Grayson County. Before we get to that, Bradley, you were just saying something off air that we were talking about nerves, combating them, but you just said that the most nervous you get before the game starts was when?
During the national anthem, absolutely. Because you're sitting there on that line, and, nationally, you're sitting there for a good minute and a half, and there's nothing you can do. Of course, the national anthem is a beautiful part of sports in general, especially baseball, and a beautiful rendition of it out here before this game. But you're sitting there listening to it, and there's just every thought in the world is running through your head.
Mason Miller getting the start here for Grayson County against Edmonson County earlier this season. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. 9 strikeouts, 2 walks, and hit by batter. And Briley Mason has just been a beacon of consistency for Grayson County this season.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done a fantastic job, and like I've said 100 times so far this season, the key to his success has been controlling the strike zone, getting ahead early and throwing strikes.
And that's something that Mason has just done. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Yep.
He's been very, very good at this. The defensive alignment for Grayson County, Jaron Van Meter gets the start in left, Caden Woodcock in center, Camden Brothers in right. Around the horn, starting at third base, is Hawkins, Snyder, Childress, Shepard, Chandler McCready, the battery behind the plate for the senior, Mason Miller. For a pitcher like this, for Mason, you know that if you are not on your game, this could be the final baseball game you ever play.
There is.
How do you? I mean, that mental aspect. How do you? Is that something you know Mason a lot better than I do? Is that something that's running through his mind? Should it be running through his mind?
I think it should be, because you can't afford to have an off day here, because if you have an off day, this might be the very last game of baseball you ever play, and that is heart-wrenching to even think about.
Clay Walden will lead off for Edmonson County in this afternoon's contest. 225 average, 10 runs batted in. And the first pitch from Mason Miller is a called strike right down Broadway. And this afternoon's 12th District Semifinals is underway. Walden with that 225 average as the second pitch is fouled off down the first base line. 10 runs batted in, 2 doubles, a triple. Very fast, though, on the base pass. 17 of 18 on stolen base attempts, which is something you want to see from your leadoff hitter. The stat that stands out to me the most is he leads the team with 12 hit-by pitches. Briley Napier-esque. The 0-2 pitch coming from Mason Miller is no called. Strike 3. Looked a little low, but our home plate umpire sits down the leadoff hitter, Walden. Good morning, good afternoon, good night from Mason Miller to start off.
I tell you what, as soon as that curveball was thrown, Walden was walking back to the dugout. He gave himself up there.
Gavin Minyard will now hit for the Wildcats of Edmonson County. And the first pitch here from Mason Miller is low and outside for ball 1. Minyard on the season. 284 average, 16 runs batted in, 5 doubles, a triple, and has 2 home runs as well for the Wildcats. The 1-0 pitch coming from Mason Miller is a swing and a miss at a high fastball. And that'll even up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. As against the Cougars this season, Gavin Minyard 2 for 7. He did get the start in Game 2 of the series. And Miller's pitch is in the dirt for ball 2.
And he hasn't looked quite as sharp this at bat, but this is a big out because you have a big bat with Chaz Wilson on deck.
Maybe the best overall bat in the district. And that pitch is inside, and it hits Gavin Minyard. And that puts a runner on base for the aforementioned Chaz Wilson. Wilson on the season, Bradley touched on it. 397 average, 28 runs batted in, 12 doubles, 4 home runs, an on-base percentage at .536, and an OPS at 1.26. That's flat out hitting the ball.
Don't let Danny Clark hear it, but that's a real impressive OPS right there, which is, in my opinion, the most important stat in the game.
And for those that don't know, OPS is Miller checks the runner, Minyard at first, over that left shoulder of the pitch, high for ball 1. OPS combines on-base percentage and slugging percentage. And I guess the most basic way to describe that is on-base percentage is what percent you get on base. That one's pretty easy to understand. Yeah. And slugging percentage, there's a pickoff move. Minyard in just ahead of the tag down at first base. And slugging percentage gives you, I guess, the most basic way to describe it gives you more points for however many bases you take on a hit.
Right. Yeah.
So it would be like you get 1 point for a single, 2 points for a double, 3 points for a triple, 4 for a home run. It's
pretty much
the basic way to describe it.
OPS is getting on base and hitting for power, which is that's what baseball's all about.
Large lead for Minyard. Pickoff attempt again. It was a high throw, and Minyard is in safely. So 1 ball and no strike is the pitch here to Chaz Wilson. No score early on here in the first inning between Grayson County and Edmonson County. Winner moves on to tomorrow night's 12th District Championship against the winner of Butler County and Whitesville Trinity. Pitch goes outside for ball 2. Miller's fallen behind in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes.
And it may not seem like much, but early on in this game with a runner on and you're behind the count to Chaz, you're in a little bit of a dangerous spot.
Pitch, called strike. Nice pitch to come back there on the 2-0. Looked like Wilson was taking all the way there. Big pitch here for Mason Miller.
Definitely.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down in the inning. Large lead for Minyard at first. Pickoff attempt. He is safe! Just ahead of the throw, and that one was very close.
And the runner on first started walking back to the dugout. First base coach had to point him back at the bag. He thought he was out. He was giving up.
As the first base umpire here with a 3-man umpiring crew, he was the closest man to it, so he obviously had a better angle than we did. The pitch, fly ball, right field. Brothers is under and makes the second out of the inning. That's a big out if you're Mason Miller.
That's a huge out, especially after the real close pickoff play at first.
So now the lineup will go towards Gavin Rose, who leads the team with a .409 average, 21 runs batted in, 4 doubles, 2 triples. So there's no, I mean, when your 3 and 4 hitter are back and forth of hitting nearly 400, that's a solid.
That's real impressive, and it's another big out right here that Mason needs to get.
The pitch just misses high. It's one thing that we get here at Don Lee Field. We're kind of up and at an angle, so it's a little difficult for us to see the strike zone.
We had a really good view at that one.
We're right behind the plate. And pickoff attempt, Minyard in safely. That time no tag by Shepard.
I'm not on that last pitch. I'm really hoping it was outside because we don't have a great view on in or out, but
up and down.
I'm hoping it was outside.
And that pitch definitely inside for a ball. Back pick in safely is Minyard down at first. So 2 balls and no strikes here to Gavin Rose. But I mean, the biggest thing is you know what? The umpire called it a ball.
And that's all that matters.
You forget about it.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't let that get in the back of your mind because some pitchers, that can destroy your confidence. The 2-0, sweeping breaking ball outside, and now you've fallen behind to the 4-hole hitter, Gavin Rose. 3 balls and no strikes. Going on up in the, I guess, the northwestern portion of the 12th District, Grayson County Lady Cougars are taking on Butler County in the softball semifinals as there's a called strike right down Broadway to Gavin Rose. As we'll try to bring you some updates from that game as we get them, as the Lady Cougars are the number 4 overall seed taking on the number 1 Butler County. Pickoff attempt, Minyard again in safely back there at first. And Minyard's had a couple close calls down there at first in this one.
Yeah, definitely. And he hasn't seemed to be running yet, but they're keeping him mighty close.
The 3-1 pitch is low, and that's a walk to Gavin Rose, and the lineup goes towards Cole Sailing. Sailing 300 hitter, 7 runs batted in, 4 doubles. And we have an update from that Lady Cougar softball game. 3-0, Lady Cougs on top of Butler County in the top of the first inning. So how about that?
we touched on it last week.
They've improved a lot.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what you want to see from a team. The pitch from Mason Miller to Sailing is a called strike on the inside corner. That was a nice pitch from the righty.
But whenever the Lady Cougars are the underdogs playing Butler in the first round of district, crazy things happen.
It does. It's just something. Grayson County, Butler County. Great things happen. Pitch outside in the dirt. McCready back pick, and he probably shouldn't have thrown it. It was a nice job by Snyder to snag it. I'm not sure that's what you don't really want to back pick to second.
I don't hate the move, but if you're gonna do it, you need to get him.
1 ball, 1 strike. Cole Sailing, the junior, up against the senior. Pickoff move, and it's thrown into center field. Woodcock right there to back it up. And take a deep breath out there if you're Grayson County. That could have been real bad.
They've Edmonson County here they're threatening, and they haven't done anything to prove it yet. You got a 4-pitch walk and an HBP.
Buddy Hobby, pitching coach, going to make his way out to talk to his senior pitcher, Mason Miller. 18 pitches already for Miller here in this top half of the first inning. 2 down, no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County.
And so far in this one, Mason has fallen into a bit of a rut that I personally, as a catcher, have seen him in before, and it's not something you want to see. It's Edmonson County's only put one ball in play, and it was a weak flyout. But they have 2 runners on.
And I think Buddy Hobby, he was out there for maybe about 10 seconds. And
Yeah.
It was probably just a,
Hey, let's go.
let's not do this.
Let's go. The last thing you want is for Edmonson County to get a cheap run here in the first inning.
1 ball, 1 strike to Cole Sailing. Mason Miller, the senior pitcher. Runner on first and a runner on second. The pitch, called strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch by Mason Miller. It seems like her umpire, a lower strike zone.
Yep, definitely.
But that's one of those things, like I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I don't care what your strike zone is as long as it's consistent strike zone.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been consistent calling a low pitch for a strike. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. Mason Miller pulls Houdini and gets out of the inning. Through the top half of the first inning, it is Edmonson County 0, and the Cougs are coming up. This is Grayson County Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back here to Butler County High School. It's the 12th District Semifinals between Grayson County and Edmonson County. The starting pitcher for the Cats tonight, Chaz Wilson. Wilson on the season, 12 games, 9 starts, 1.72 ERA, 79 strikeouts, 30 walks. That's 7-1 record, 1.19 WHIP, and a 10.4 Ks per 7 innings. Briley, you said that you never faced Chaz, but looking at that stat line, you can see that he's a strikeout pitcher.
He's a really impressive pitcher, and from what I've seen and from what I know about him, he's not gonna hit the zone real consistently. The Cougars need to go up there and they need to be patient and wait for their pitch. And like I spoke about earlier, though, that stat line is really impressive. A lot of Ks, 7 wins, but the most important stat for the Cougars here is that 1 loss against them.
You mentioned that start, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So I mean,
that's a good outing.
That is.
That's a winnable game.
And the key in that game was Grayson County jumped on him early, scoring 2 runs in the first inning and 1 run in the second. That's all they needed because Dane Hawkins was on his game that night. And speaking of Dane, he'll lead off for Grayson County against the Wildcats this season, 3 for 8 with a pair of strikeouts. And Chaz Wilson does have size on the mound, about 6'4", as the starting pitcher for Edmonson County. The Kentucky Wesleyan signee delivers a first pitch swing and a miss to Dane Hawkins.
I tell you, if there's anybody in this Cougar lineup that doesn't care about his size, it's Dane Hawkins right here. You could have Randy Johnson on the mound, and Dane Hawkins is going up there swinging just like he normally would.
He reminds me of like a Nicholas Castellanos. I got to throw in my Reds.
Of course. It won't be the last one either.
No, it will not be, as there's a ball in the dirt that'll even up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. But the thing with Castellanos is he's up there to hit. You get some people up there who, on the other hand, like a Joey Votto, who's up there, he's going to work the count, he's going to wait for his pitch. Castellanos is up there, he's there to hit. And that's kind of what Dane Hawkins reminds me of. And there's a pitch in the dirt again, bounces all the way to the backstop and rolling almost right to where we are, but it kind of gets stuck up in the grass. But, and like I said, if Dane Hawkins becomes a 10th of the player Nicholas Castellanos is, then
yeah,
that's a pretty good thing.
Dane getting on to lead this game would be it's the key to the Cougar success is getting Dane on base and
The
letting him
2-1
run.
pitch here from Chaz Wilson is over Hawkins' head, and he dives out of the way of that one, and he's ahead in the count here, 3 balls and 1 strike.
And 4 pitches into this game, Chaz Wilson has thrown a high strike that Dane swung through, and 3 balls to the backstop.
Exactly.
And that's what I expect from him. You're going to get some swing and misses, but you're going to get some pass balls too.
The 3-1 pitch from Wilson. High for ball 4, and Riley, you touched on it. Leadoff batter on is exactly what you need if you're Grayson County.
Absolutely. And not to put down Edmonson County whatsoever. You know, I'm a Grayson County alumni, but I still don't want to do that. Their defense is shaky, to say the least. And with a runner on, expect Danny to get a little crazy here to try to get something going.
Lefty Gavin Childress will hit now for Grayson County against the Wildcats this season. 2 for 6 with a pair of RBIs. He had a big game against Ohio County in his senior night 1 week ago today. The lefty in there showing bunts, and it's outside for ball 1. I think that is about as easy as a bunt call here for Danny Clark as a man who loves the bunt. He 100% is going to want a bunt in this situation.
Oh, definitely. Bunt's going to be on here 100%, and you likely see Dane maybe trying to stretch to third on a bunt.
The pitch is outside. Hawkins is off, and he is going to steal that base easily as the ball falls out of the catcher Johnson's glove. And Grayson County's in business here with a runner in scoring position and nobody out.
And right here, Danny didn't give a sign. Right now, you're giving your faith in your senior hitter to do a job.
2-0 count here to Gavin Childress. Hitters count way outside for ball 3, and Chaz Wilson, after having a swing and miss to Dane Hawkins on the first pitch, has thrown 7 straight out of the strike zone. And you can tell Bo West, the Edmonson County head coach, is pacing outside of the Edmonson County dugout.
Definitely. This is not how you want to start a game if you're Edmonson County.
Maybe the biggest red light in the world here, and there's a cold strike.
Yeah.
Do you red light here too, or do you green light?
I think so. I think you go ahead and you take this pitch too, because he's thrown 2 strikes in 8 pitches. If you can get a runner on, 2 runners on, that's huge. And if you take a strike, it's okay, because you got another pitch to work with.
3 balls, 1 strike. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. The wind in the pitch from Wilson. Childress show his bunt. It's high, ball 4. Grayson County has runners on first and second with nobody out for Chandler McCready. And that was a great at-bat there by Gavin Childress.
It was. He did his job. It's not as easy as it sounds to pull back on when you're bunting. It's not as easy as it looks to pull back on a ball.
As looks like we're going to have a mound visit here for Bo West. He's going to talk to his senior hurler, Chaz Wilson. Looks like there's some issues with home plate right now as the umpire has come up and he's asking for some help with somebody from Butler County High School. I'm not sure what the issue is, but now that I look, it looks like that right-handed batter's box has seen better days.
Yeah, home plate looks like it's even sunken a little bit. They're going to have to get that fixed, and that wouldn't have happened on Danny Clark's watch right there, I'll tell you that. No, I mean, there is no man I've met that is in love with his baseball field more than Danny Clark. Danny Clark and Jody Nutt, who are both on the field right here, they're masters of keeping that field looking good. I'll give them praise where it's due.
And you know what? I give Ted Hill and his crew as a softball.
They've done fantastic with that field.
That first game that we went to, it was in rough shape. But now the last game that we went to, when was it, on Thursday?
Yeah.
It looks
in
great.
Pristine shape. He's done a great job.
So the batter now is Chandler McCready. Runners on first and second, nobody out. McCready shows bunt, pulls away, and it's a ball high. Off and running is Hawkins, and he's safe at third. Big-time risk by Hawkins as he catches the runner sleeping, and Grayson County has runners on the corners with nobody out.
And that's fantastic base running. Chandler showed the bunt. Third baseman came up, and there was nobody covering the bag, so Dane took it. And Gavin's getting yelled at right now for not taking second right behind him, but he's probably on the move now, though.
So 1 ball, no strike, Chandler McCready. Chaz Wilson has thrown 11 pitches in this game. 9 of them have gone for a ball. Struggling to find the zone. And Childress is going to take himself to second base, and Chaz Wilson steps off, and he just walks pretty much halfway to second base and says, okay, Gavin, you can take that.
Yeah, to take it, and there's a chance you might get to rattle the pitcher and force the balk, but if not, that's a free stolen base. And McCready has a big opportunity here.
Runners on second and third, nobody out. The 1-0 to McCready. is high and inside for ball 2. And this year against Edmonson County, Chandler McCready has the highest average on the team, 3 for 7 with a run batted in against Edmonson. He's the second highest average on the team for Grayson County. And since he's come back from the appendectomy, he's hit the ball pretty well.
Yeah, I think that was the key right there.
The 2-0, swing and a miss. Blows that one right past Chandler McCready. You could tell Wilson, he was throwing a strike there.
Yeah, I mean, I would have almost put a red light up there, and you got to be picky right now if you're Grayson County.
The 2-1 to Wilson is a swing and a miss and a pitch at his eyes, and you could tell Chandler McCready about 3/4 of the way through that swing knows he should not have swung at that.
No, Wilson still hasn't found the zone. He's thrown 2 real strikes this entire game.
The break-even pitch, nobody out, no score. Bottom of the first inning, Grayson County, Edmonson County. The pitch to McCready is a swing and a miss. McCready goes down on strikes, and the lineup will go towards Mason Miller.
And that's just not the at-bat you want from your 3-hole hitter right there. You're up 2-0 and you swing through 3 very hittable pitches. It's not what you want. Now it's up to Miller here to redeem them and get the job done.
And this is a starting pitcher is a situation you want to be in if you're Mason Miller, and he swings it up high pitch, and that's a strike 1. Grayson County is helping out Chaz Wilson as he's struggling with control.
If you're going to swing, you need to choke up and try to barrel something up. You can't be swinging through pitches in an opportunity like this.
The 0-1 pitch to Miller is a swing and a miss. He blew that one right past him, and Chaz Wilson has seemed to find the zone, and to me it looks like he's just gone straight fastball.
He's throwing fastballs down the middle, and he's beating these Grayson County bats.
The 0-2 pitch coming to Mason Miller. 1 out, bottom of the first inning, runners on second and third. The pitch, swing and a miss. Miller goes down on strikes, 1, 2, 3. And if Grayson County wants to get a run in this inning, it'll be Camden Brothers' job to do so. And that's back-to-back, not very good at bats for this Grayson County Cougar team.
Really bad at bats, to be honest with you.
And Chaz Wilson has gone straight fastball, so if you're Camden Brothers, that's probably what you got to be looking for here. First pitch is that fastball right down the middle. You can tell Wilson is fired up on the mound right now.
And these Cougars they've let Chaz settle in, and they're going to have a rough time for the rest of this game.
Second and third, 2 down. Grayson County trying to not to strand a pair. The pitch, low and out, cold strike. That one looked a little bit low from our vantage point, but he's called the low strike.
And it was on the lefty batter box line, but if he's going to call it, you got to swing.
The 0-2 pitch from Camden Brothers. Will Wilson work out of the inning? Fly ball right side out of play. That's the first contact that Grayson County has made against Chaz Wilson.
Yeah.
Wilson has thrown 21 pitches. And I mean, out of the first 11, 9 were for a strike. Since that point, two were for a strike. And since that point, he's thrown 11 strikes over the next. So he's thrown a perfect amount of strikes. He hasn't thrown a ball since that point. The pitch, outside for ball 1. It was a little bit more outside than that pitch that we were questioning just a minute ago.
Yeah, and if he's getting that call, it's going to be a rough day. That was outside, but it was a great 0-2 pitch, though.
The 1-2 to Camden Brothers, trying to knock in a pair of Grayson County runs. It's in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher, Isaiah Johnson, because here's the one thing about Butler County. That backstop is about a mile long.
I've had some trouble with this backstop back in my day. It's long. You're scoring.
The grass is thick, too, so that ball's just going to die, which honestly could help a catcher because it can get you if your pitcher can get down there quick enough. So here comes the break-even pitch. 2 down, bottom of the first inning. No score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. The pitch from Wilson is a swing and a miss. He gets out of the inning with no damage. Through 1 full, it's no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back here to Butler County High School. Grayson County and Edmonson County playing here tonight. Gotta love it. We mentioned in the last half inning, no score here between these two teams. Both teams strand runners on base in the first inning. We mentioned, though, in the last half inning that the umpire came up, I guess, in our vicinity. He was looking for somebody from Butler County to fix home plate right now. And you gotta love Keith Butler, the Butler County head coach. As I mentioned, one minute he's pitching in the major leagues. The next minute he's fixing the field on in a game that his teams aren't even playing in.
It's admirable. It is.
What a wife, right? No, I mean, Keith Butler, listen, there aren't many coaches in the state of Kentucky that say that they played in the major leagues, and Keith Butler is one of them.
And I'd almost go out on a limb and say that there's not a single one who's ever has a World Series ring.
Yeah, E-Town, they had a coach that resigned, I know, about halfway through the year. I think it was Steve Delabar, wasn't, who pitched in the little bit of the game. He pitched a year for the Reds, I know. He had a decent career as well. We do have a score update to bring you, though. Currently in the middle of the second inning, Grayson County in softball action leads Butler County 3-2. So we'll keep you updated on that one. And trust me, we wish that both of these games wouldn't be happening at the same time to where we could do both games. Because we were even thinking that if Grayson County would be playing this later game, if one was at noon and one was at 3, that we'd potentially try to pull both off. But with both being at noon,
it would have been tough.
Yep, we haven't found a way to quite figure out teleportation just yet. So it seems like Keith Butler has fixed the plate as good as he possibly can. His home plate umpire happy with it. It appears that he is. Looks like Mason Miller now is going to come out and warm up because he couldn't warm up with them fixing the batter's box. But Briley in that last inning, Grayson County has runners on second and third with nobody outs, and Chaz Wilson binds down and strikes out the next 3. How do you recover?
You have to put up a run because that's just absolutely deflating. He couldn't find the zone. He puts 2 runners in scoring position, and what do the Cougars do? They go up there and swing through pitches at the rise. That's just not the sign of an experienced team that is ready to win a district game. And they have time. They have time to work on it. And if they come out next inning, they got to start putting balls in play too, because I spoke on this Edmonson County defense. It's a little shaky. They haven't had the chance to make a play yet.
No, neither team is, other than Chaz Wilson's fly out.
Yeah.
Has been the only ball hit in play. Grayson County had one foul ball, right? Camden Brothers, I think, fouled one off down the right side. That was it. For Mason Miller, though, first inning, okay.
It was fine. He can't fall behind batters. He's not facing Chaz Wilson and the rest of the top of the Edmonson County lineup. So he's got to come out here and throw strikes to the middle of the lineup.
It'll be Isaiah Johnson to lead off. He's hitting 222 on the season, and the first pitch from Mason Miller. It's a called strike on the outside corner. It's a nice first pitch strike from Mason Miller. Yep. He knows that this umpire's calling the low strike, so it's hard to hit the low strike, then use it. And there's a breaking ball called strike. He freezes Isaiah Johnson.
That was a sword right there.
That was. Somebody called pitching ninja. The 0-2 pitch, Miller the fast worker. Swing and a miss, bounces in the dirt. McCready can't find the ball. He's going to try to recover, throw down. He is safe. Just beating it out was Isaiah Johnson. McCready couldn't find the ball, and that is a tough way to break it.
That's brutal right there. Mason Miller does a fantastic job that at bat, and the Edmonson County gets a base runner.
Hunter Wilson will now hit for Edmonson County, a .250 average, 9 runs batted in, and a double. And there's a cold strike on the outside corner to Wilson. Wilson against Grayson County this year, 0 for 3, but has reached base twice, 1 via a walk and 1 via a hit by pitch. Mason Miller checks the runner. Johnson at first. The pitch, he's off and running, fly ball, left field. Van Meter has it read as he arches over to his right, and that's the first out of the inning. Nice job by Van Meter to battle the sun, as right now that's right in his eyes.
Definitely, and like we said, he's a really good defensive outfielder.
Dylan Lindsay will now hit for Edmonson County. .254 average, 10 runs batted in. The thing that stands out the most about him, though, is no extra base hits. All of his hits this season have been via singles.
Obviously doesn't have pop, but he has some speed on him, though.
He does. I remember this now as he steps up to the plate. I definitely remember. He shows bunt, and it spins in front of the mound. It's going to be a sacrifice. Throw down. He is out. out at first.
Ooh.
Very close play, as it wasn't a great throw, but a beautiful pick by Cody Shepard.
A fantastic pick by Shepard there. That saved a run. If that gets by him, Camden may have been there to back it up, but that's probably scoring a run.
So 2-3 on the putout. That's the second out of the inning. Johnson moves into scoring position, and the 9-hole hitter Darren Alexander will step in. Alexander on the season, 257 average, 6 runs batted in, and if you're Mason Miller, you want to end this lineup right now with Darren Alexander.
You have to throw strikes here to the 9-hole hitter.
The pitch outside for ball 1. Alexander 0 for 2 against the Cougars this season, both by a strikeout. And both those strikeouts were against Dane Hawkins. So he's probably happy to see a different Cougar pitcher right now other than Hawkins. The 1-0, fouled off behind the plate. And the count will even up here at 1 ball and 1 strike. The runner Johnson is at second base. No score here between Grayson County and Edmonson County. Sam Gormley and Bradley Napier here on the call on your Memorial Day afternoon. The pitch, sweeping breaking ball, hits off the face mask of, I'm not sure if it was McCready or the umpire.
That was the umpire right there.
And he took that one.
Like a champ.
Yeah, he's standing right in the box. He says, throw the next one. That doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't.
The 1-2 pitch. 2 outs. Can Miller work out of a runner in scoring position? It's a slow ground ball to the first baseman, Shepard. He'll take it himself, and that is the inning. Through 1.5, no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Chaz Wilson in for his second inning of work. No score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. Wilson, very, very shaky start, but about a perfect finish to that first inning. And it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. And he had runners on second and third with nobody out. 3 straight strikeouts. It'll be Caden Woodcock to lead off for the Cougars. And the infield comes in a little bit expecting potentially a Woodcock bunt. And the first pitch is low for ball 1.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how Wilson comes out this inning. He misses with the first pitch, but if he starts attacking the zone, these Cougar bats are going to have a lot of problems.
The 1-0 here to Woodcock is a swing and a miss at a pitch high. And that's a strike 1 there. And that's the thing with Grayson County is they're helping Chaz Wilson a lot.
When you got a pitcher that can't find the zone, you have to avoid helping him.
The 1-1 pitch here from Chaz Wilson. Woodcock shows bunt, and does it hit him or not? I guess it doesn't, as it bounced over his head as the umpire was kind of blocking my vantage point there, and that's a ball. Yeah. As it kind of took a weird bounce as it came out of the zone there.
I think it may have clipped the catcher's mitt, maybe. Don't have a good view.
So here comes the 2-1 pitch to Woodcock. See if he'll show bunt one more time. He won't, and he swings at a miss, pitch high. That'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I loved it when and I know that when I'm talking Little League is a lot different than playing high school, but my coach always had the rule that until they throw you a strike, you don't swing. And when you have a pitcher that's not throwing strikes.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea with Wilson on the mound here.
The break even to Woodcock is high all the way to the backstop.
And quite frankly, if Woodcock would have went up there and not moved the bat from his shoulder, That would have been the 5th ball right there. But he's got a chance to make up for it and put the ball in play here and make the Edmonson County defense do something this game.
If he'd have swung and missed at that, though, he'd have been at first with a wild pitch. The 3-2 is a ground ball through the hole in the right side. Base hit, Caden Woodcock.
That's just a great piece of hitting right there. 2 strike, you choke up a little bit. That was a good inside fastball, and he went the other way and poked it through the hole.
And now you've got speed on first base for Cody Shepard, the first baseman for Grayson County. And let's see here if Danny Clark puts a little hit and run here, but I think that everybody in the building knows that Caden Woodcock is going to be moving early on in this account.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does on the first pitch, but if Cody can get ahead, hit and run is definitely on.
The first pitch here to Shepard. He shows bunt, pulls away, outside, back pick, and he's in easily. And it looks like that was a called strike from our home plate umpire. At least that's what the scoreboard says. I'm not sure if that's what it was or
I'm
not.
not sure. It looked like it was in the other batter box, but
that hasn't stopped our home plate umpire.
It hasn't
tonight
stopped him so far. So we'll.
But he's been consistent. Like I said,
yeah.
That's all that matters to me. As long as you're consistent. The 0-1 here to Shepard. He shows bunt again. It's in the dirt this time, bounces away, but Johnson does a nice job keeping that one in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great block. And you look over at Danny, he's not happy, but that is impossible to read right there if you're Woodcock. That was a great block.
Because, I mean, Woodcock might have been out on that.
Yeah,
it was such a good block because Johnson can move his momentum towards second base. And
he kept that ball within a foot from him. You can't take second on that.
The 1-1 pickoff attempt, Woodcock. Awkward slide, but he's in safe. And I think it was an awkward slide because he didn't have as big of a lead as I think Wilson thought he did.
It was an awkward slide and an awkward pickoff move, too. It was a very weak throw over to first.
The 1-1 here from Chaz Wilson to Cody Shepard. Grayson County and Edmonson County tied at 0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Showing bunt again is Shepard. It's over his head, and that's ball 2. Wilson's come high inside a lot so far tonight.
I think if you're Danny here, you're ahead 2-1 in the count. I wouldn't be shocked to see the bunt taken away and a hit and run right here. Because you need to get Woodcock in motion. Because you get him to second or even third, he's got a good shot to score.
Here comes the 2-1. Off and running. It's popped up behind the plate, out of play. And that was hit and run right there.
Yep.
We have an update here from the Lady Cougar softball game midway through the bottom of the second inning. It's Butler County 8, Grayson County 3. Still a lot of softball to happen in Whitesville, though, tonight.
Yeah.
I wish it was over there on the other side of, just about not even 100 yards away is the softball stadium here. That'd be nice that we could just have
I don't know why they don't try to schedule it that way.
The break-even pitch. Runner is off, swing and a miss, the throw down, and Woodcock is safe easily. So the runner moves into scoring position, but Cody Shepard goes down on strikes, and it'll now be Ethan Snyder's job to try and see if Grayson County can put a runner across the plate.
I'm wondering if that was a hit and run, because Woodcock got a great jump, but that was not a good pitch to be swinging at if you're Shepard.
Ethan Snyder, 0 for 4 against Edmonson County this season, but 2 walks. So against Chaz Wilson in their matchup a couple of weeks ago, Ethan Snyder was 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. And the first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1.
And the Cougar bats here need to take after Woodcock because they're 1 for 1 when they put the ball in play. They need to force the bat to the ball.
The pitch goes high for ball 2, and that's my thing. You put the ball in play, good things happen.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't Major League Baseball where strikeouts and home runs are the way to win a game. You put the ball on the ground here, Butler County especially, you're going to find a way on.
The 2-0 pitch coming from Chaz Wilson is a called strike at the knees to Snyder. Again, no score here in the bottom of the second inning. 1 down, runner on second base. Caden Woodcock had the base hit to the right side for the first hit of today's game. Pitch, called strike. That one was on the outer edge of the zone.
Yeah.
To Snyder, and that'll even up the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's getting called, though. And if you're Snyder here, choke up, spread out, find a way to put the ball in play.
The break-even pitch. Wilson, a long look in at Woodcock. The pitch fouled off right side, out of play, and it bounces on top of the Edmonson County dugout.
Got to keep fighting here.
And that's the thing. That was not a bad pitch. It wasn't his pitch.
But it was probably going to be a strike, though. So you fight it off, and you live to see another pitch.
The break-even from Wilson one more time. Checks the runner at Woodcock, and it's way outside. It's going to get past the catcher. Woodcock is going to be in at third.
And that was a pitch where catcher probably need to slide over on your knees and keep that ball in front of you.
That's a tough pitch because it was outside.
It was a slider that broke far too much.
And getting a glove on it was Johnson, but it just kind of got underneath of it just so much. And Wilson's going to call time and
full count.
Full count. He's asking the count from the umpire. So
Yeah,
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here
pitch.
in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Woodcock stands 90 feet away, swing and a miss. Snyder goes down on strikes. And it'll be the freshman Jaron Van Meter to hit now for Grayson County against Edmonson this season, 1 for 3.
So far, the Cougar offense has failed. They're 0 for 4 with a runner on third, with less than 2 outs even. They got to find a way to start getting that run across.
The first pitch here to Van Meter is low for ball 1. You know what, Bradley? You know what I call here if I'm Danny Clark?
Don't say it.
I squeeze him. Look how far back the third baseman's playing. Yes, there's 2 outs. And that pitch gets to the backstop. My idea isn't even going to work. We're going to have a play, and Woodcock's out. He's out at home. It was a nice play by Isaiah Johnson and a better throw to Chaz Wilson, and that ends the inning. Through 2 full, no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. Grayson County and Edmonson County, no score. The Cougars have had multiple chances in this game. Caden Woodcock thrown out trying to score on a wild pitch, and it was the right call by the home plate umpire.
Yep.
Woodcock was out.
He was out.
I don't blame him for going at all.
No,
I think you do it again,
you
you do the same thing. It was just a great play by Isaiah Johnson, the catcher.
Yeah.
At the top of the order, Clay Walden will lead off, and the first pitch hits him in the back.
That's the 2nd time, isn't it?
No. Minyard, who's stepping up right now, was the man who was hit.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it was just a great play by Isaiah Johnson. You tip your cap, and
yeah, I mean, you run on that 10 out of 10 times.
Especially with your fastest player, Caden Woodcock.
These Cougar bats are dead. Woodcock's really quick. He might have gotten a poor jump. He'll probably tell you that himself, but oh well.
Gavin Minyard steps in. He was hit. He shows bunt, and it's right back to Mason Miller. He'll throw on to first and get the easy out for the first out of the inning, but that go-ahead run moves into scoring position here in the top of the 3rd inning.
For Chaz Wilson to be up to bat too.
That is very true. The best hitter on this Edmonson County team.
And that was the most obvious bunt call of all time right there.
Chaz Wilson steps in 0 for 1 today. He flew out to right field in his first at bat. Again, that OPS coming into tonight's game at over 1.2. Miller, almost like a Johnny Cueto-esque shimmy there on the throw, and it's a ball inside to Wilson.
And if you're Mason here, you want to throw strikes, but at the same time, first base is open. Don't be afraid to put him there.
The 1-0 in the dirt. Nice stop by McCready, and he's fallen behind in the count here at 2 balls and no strikes.
If I'm Danny Clark here, I'm putting Wilson on. I'm not wasting bullets here with Mason. They're throwing curveballs in the dirt. They don't want to pitch to him, and I don't blame them.
The 2-0. Fastball called, strike on the inside corner, and changes the at-bat a little bit.
It does. But it's 2-1. That's still a hitter's count, and you got a dangerous hitter with a first base open.
Miller checks the runner Walden at second. The pitch, called strike on the outside corner. Wilson thought that one was outside, but being the pitcher, you got to know that strike zone, and that's been a strike all game.
Yeah, that was a great pitch, and if you're right here, you're trying to make Wilson chase. You don't want to beat him. You want to make him beat himself here.
The 2-2 coming to Wilson is a ground ball to the third baseman Hawkins. He bobbles, he'll throw across the diamond and get Wilson. The runner will advance to third base.
And right there, that's a good play by Dane to get the out. But the runner on second was already halfway to third. If Dane takes a little peek out of his corner, you could have very easily got the lead runner there.
Gavin Rose will now hit with a runner standing 90 feet away. In his last at-bat, he walked against Mason Miller. Miller trying to work out of a jam of his own. And the first pitch to Rose hits him on the left side. And for Mason Miller, that's the third hit batter of this game so far. And Cole Sailing will now step in. And in all seriousness, you go from a 409 hitter to a 300 hitter. I mean, that's not necessarily the greatest, but
you don't like to hit batters, but if you're gonna walk a guy, guess what? You save 3 bullets just by hitting him on the first pitch.
Head coach Bo West is going to have a conversation with Cole Sailing. Sailing in his last at-bat struck out swinging against Mason Miller.
But an HBP there is better than a 6-pitch walk if you're Mason Miller.
Let's see if Gavin Rose will be off and running. Fakes the steal, pitch, foul tip into the glove of Chandler McCready for the first strike.
That was a great pitch right there to start the at-bat. Nice little 12-6 that just missed the bat.
Miller looks in for the sign, checks the runner Rose at first. Checks him one more time, delivers the 0-1 pitch. It's fouled off, and Miller's in a great hitter's count here at no balls and 2 strikes.
And that's good pitching. Start him off with a 12-6 down low, and you beat him high and in with a fastball. 0-2, you can pretty much do whatever you want here and possibly get a strikeout.
Here comes the pitch from Mason Miller, the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he just got enough of it to foul it off, and McCready couldn't snag it. That's a tough play for the catcher, McCready.
Yeah, I've said it a few times. Catching a foul tip, there's not much skill to it. It's pure luck. You got about a 50-50 chance to do it.
Runners on the corners, 2 down. No score, top of the third inning. The pitch is swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. Mason Miller strands a runner 90 feet away. Through 2.5, it's no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Jaron Van Meter will lead off the inning as that ball, warm-up pitch there from Chaz Wilson. I thought that was coming back towards us there. I think it just took a bounce and bounced up and almost hit the net back where we're sitting here at Butler County High School. It's Sam Gormley and Bradley Napier, though, with you on the call. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, it'll be 9-1-2 for Grayson County. Jaron Van Meter will step back into the plates. Dane Hawkins, Gavin Childress will hit here for Grayson. And Cougars have threatened in both innings. But you can threaten all you want, but when it's 0-0.
Yep. And this is a big at-bat right here for Jaron Van Meter. This is his first ever district tournament at-bat, and the first of many, if we got to be honest here.
Yeah, Jaron Van Meter is going to give the 12th district.
He's going to get
for years.
He's going to get 3 more years of this, and this is a big at-bat for a freshman.
Here comes the pitch from Chaz Wilson, and it's a cold strike right down Broadway to Jaron Van Meter. We've talked about this a couple of times so far this season. Van Meter, shortest player on the team, probably.
Yeah.
But the pro to being the shortest player on the team is that strike zone is a lot smaller for you.
It's a lot smaller. And
Jaron outside for ball 1 was that pitch.
Jaron does have a good eye, and Jaron's at his best when he takes the ball the other way.
1 ball, 1 strike to Van Meter. Inside for ball 2.
As a small lefty, he doesn't quite have the pop to turn on it and send it over the right fielder's head. But in the few games I've seen him play, he's done a great job a few times of just poking that ball over the third baseman.
That's the one thing with Van Meter, too, is you can tell that he just has a very high understanding of the game of baseball. The pitch is in the dirt, and does it hit Van Meter or not? The way he was about moving up to
not quite, I don't think.
Yeah, at first he was almost walking halfway up the line, but he seems like he's okay, though.
It's worth noting here in the 3-1 count, he has speed, too. He can run.
3 balls, 1 strike to Van Meter. The pitch in the dirt, and that's a walk for Jaron Van Meter. And what a way to start here for Grayson County. And all 3 of the innings, they've had the leadoff runner on.
But this is their best opportunity to score right here. You have the 9-hole batter just got walked on 5 pitches. He's got speed. And you have one of the best hitters in the district up to bat right now.
Dane Hawkins walked on 5 pitches in his last at-bat. He swung at a pitch at his eyes in the first one and then saw 4 straight out of the strike zone.
I'll be very interested to see what Danny Clark does here because he's not bunting Dane. I'll tell you that. Will he send Jaron straight steal, hit and run, let Dane just swing it? I don't know.
This will be Chaz Wilson's 50th pitch of the game here in the top of the 3rd inning. No score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. And the first pitch here to the senior Hawkins is fouled off behind the plate. I think this is one of these things here that you just got to try and get the ball in play.
Yeah.
Not a ground ball.
Make up. They haven't made a play yet still. Other than the play at home was a great play, but the infield hasn't fielded a ground ball and thrown to first yet. Make him do that.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Pickoff move. Van Meter is out. He's picked off at first, and that's not what you want.
No, that's bad. Yeah. He was leaning.
And yeah, he was. He leaned, and he was definitely out from our vantage point back here. And
throw beat him by about a foot.
That's the one thing. Grayson County against Chaz Wilson was picked off multiple times in the game played in April. And there's a called strike at the knees, and this inning just went from looking pretty good to now you're at an 0-2 count with 1 down.
Yeah, this has turned mighty quickly if you're Grayson County.
The 0-2 to Dane Hawkins from Chaz Wilson is a swing and a miss. Hawkins stretches out, swings at ball. That's 2 down in the inning, and Gavin Childress will now step in. You got to give Chaz Wilson credit in this one. He has dealt with some turmoil, but every single time he has made the right pitch.
Yeah, and the Cougars are chasing everything, so if they're chasing, throw it. They're going to swing and miss at it.
Gavin Childress will step in. He walked in his last at-bat. And the first pitch to Childress is outside for ball 1. And nice job by Childress there. That's been a pitch that Grayson County swung at so far in this game.
Yeah.
And Gavin does not. And I hope Danny Clark gave the rule that I mentioned of make him throw you a strike.
Yeah, I mean, force it.
The 1-0. There's a called strike, and like I said, now you're in the at-bat.
That's fine. 1-1 count. You still have a lot of opportunities to do something here.
Gavin Childress looks into the righty Wilson, and he fouls that one off to the left side out of play.
But in that first inning, you had 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Wilson was on the ropes. I mean, he was down and out for the count, but they let him get right back into it, and right now he is dealing.
The 1-2 pitch to Gavin Childress from the senior Wilson is inside for ball 2. No score here between Grayson County and Edmonson County, bottom of the 3rd inning. Here in the 12th District semifinals, winner will advance to tomorrow evening's 12th District Championship right here against the winner of Butler County and Whitesville Trinity. That game will be at 3 o'clock this afternoon. The pitch is line drive, foul down the third base line.
Almost a real good piece of hitting right there. That's you got 2-2 count. You got a fastball right on that outside corner. Gavin throws his hands at it, hits a line drive, just goes foul.
Third baseman is playing almost behind the third base bag. They're taking away
right
down the lines, which is interesting for a lefty. They're guarding the lines down at first as well.
Yeah.
He's got holes in the infield if he wants to take them. The break even is just fouled off. Nice job by Gavin Childress. He got just enough of that one.
He's doing a great job with this at bat here.
Chaz Wilson sitting at 58 pitches here with 2 outs in the 3rd inning.
And if Gavin here, I'd love to see Gavin here make the infield make a play. They haven't done it yet.
The break even pitch coming from Chaz Wilson to Gavin Childress, is a fly ball hit into the behind the second baseman. The center fielder is actually going to charge in, and he drops the ball. The center fielder, Walden, was fighting the sun, drops the ball, and Gavin Childress is going to be on base via an error.
I mean, put the ball in play. This defense is really shaky. That's a routine fly ball, and now you're on first base.
So you could tell Walden was battling the sun there, and his hat fell off, and he's wearing sunglasses, which I give him props for.
Yeah.
What drives me crazy is when you see players that have sunglasses on their hat and lose a ball in the sun. It's like they're not doing anything up there. It'll be Chandler McCready now. He's 0 for 1. He struck out with runners in scoring position in his last at-bat. Off and running is Childress. Might have had a little hit and run there as Chandler McCready swings over top of that one. Childress will go in safely, though, on the stolen base. Now a base hit can make it a 1-0 game.
Yeah, McCready has to find a way to put the ball in play here. He went down swinging his last at bat. He needs to choke up and find a way to put the bat on the ball.
Here comes the 0-1. Chaz Wilson trying to work out of yet another jam. Checks the runner, Childress, delivers the pitch. It's a swing and a miss. Blows that one right past Chandler McCready, and kind of a deja vu. Chandler McCready, if my memory serves me correct, fell behind or got ahead 2 balls and no strikes to Wilson, and then went 1-2-3 on pretty much 3 pitches that looked exactly like that.
Yeah. If you're Chaz here, you throw a fastball at his eyes and you get out of this inning. But McCready has to buckle down, find some discipline, and put the ball in play.
Here comes the 0-2 to McCready. Another runner possibly stranded in scoring position. McCready does a nice job extending on that one and fouling it off.
It looks like he's collapsing to a knee when he's swinging. I don't think that's real common for him. I've seen him bat a lot, but I don't really recognize that much.
There are some hitters that do that.
They do that. I think you don't really want it.
Here's my
pitch.
Reds mention. Jesse Winker will do that for the Reds. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss. McCready goes down on strikes, and the Cougars strand another runner in scoring position. 2-3 full, no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Top of the 4th inning, we had Grayson County and Edmonson County no score here in the 12th District semifinals. As we had the umpire, we've mentioned that the umpire has asked for a couple of things tonight. This time it was baseballs, which Bradley is something I'm not an expert when it comes to the game of baseball, but that seems like it's a pretty important thing to have.
It's pretty vital to the success of both teams. You got to have a proper amount of baseball.
Well, I don't know if you heard during, I think it was the last half inning, the PA announcer said on the PA speakers, he said, if you turn in a baseball at the concession stand, a foul ball, in fact, he's saying it right now again, and you get a free popsicle, is what he said.
Man, I miss those days. They used to do that out at the Little League Park when I played, and they don't do it anymore. I was pretty heartbroken to find that out.
That's a great decision. I'd never heard that before.
They used to do it at Litchfield.
It'll be Isaiah Johnson to lead off, and the first pitch for Mason Miller is a cold strike on the inside corner. Isaiah Johnson, 0 for 1 tonight, reached on that dropped third strike in the second inning. The pitch, sweeping breaking ball that he didn't have a chance of getting in contact with that one. And Miller's quickly ahead in the count here at no balls and 2 strikes. Mason Miller, 44 pitches so far here in the 4th inning. And there's another sweeping breaking ball. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, says Mason Miller to Isaiah Johnson.
We've talked a lot about how well Wilson settled in, especially after that first inning, but Miller's done a great job, even fighting through the same amount of turmoil, and he's racking those strikeouts up.
He had 20 pitches in the first inning, 10 in the second, 12 in the third. And now he goes 3 straight pitches, and now there's a called strike and 4 straight strikes to start off this inning as Hunter Wilson is the batter now for Edmonson County. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to left field that Jaron Van Meter, the left fielder, did a nice job doing that. And there's another little blooper to the left side, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. As that one was in the middle of nowhere, and there's a base hit for Edmonson County, their first hit of the game.
And nothing you can do about that if you're the Cougars. But that's, I mean, it's a good piece of hitting right there by Wilson. If you throw your hands at it and barrel something up, you're going to get a hit.
Dylan Lindsay will now hit. He had a sacrifice bunt in his last at-bat, so you would presume she'll be seeing the same thing in this at-bat here to try and put a runner in scoring position for the top or for Alexander in the on-deck circle. And nope, sweeping breaking ball, cold strike right down Broadway. So you got the runner, Wilson, at first base. Hunter Wilson, the 7th grader.
I'd be shocked to see anything put in play here. I think we're just going to see baseball play out.
Swing and a miss. Swings underneath of that one does Dylan Lindsay, and he's behind in the count here at no balls and 2 strikes. Hunter Wilson on the season, only 3 stolen bases. So he's not necessarily somebody that you're going to be expecting to see run.
He doesn't run much.
The pitch is a fly ball right field. Brothers has it red. He's got it. He could have a play at first. The throw is safe. Hunter Wilson was almost caught napping, and that was a lot closer than it needed to be.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even napping. That was just a little lazy there. He saw the ball all the way through. That was a good play by Cam out there in right field.
Yeah, why not take a shot at it?
Yeah,
Cody Shepard, a nice job standing on first. He was waiting for it.
Yeah, I mean,
he's safe by half a step.
No harm, no foul there.
Darren Alexander will now hit. In his last at-bat, he grounded out to the first baseman, Shepard. And the first pitch is a cold strike. They say he swung at it. As I'm sure Edmonson County would probably like to peel that one down to first, but they will not.
With here at district play, you have 3 umpires instead of 2. So even when you have a runner on with the runner behind the pitcher's mound, you still have somebody down the first baseline to check the swings.
Here comes the 0-1 to Darren Alexander. Popped up behind the plate, out of play.
Miller hasn't been dominant this at-bat, but he's still up 0-2.
This will be his 53rd pitch of the game. Again, you've got the runner Wilson on first base. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Miller gets the strikeout, and that is the inning. Through 3.5, no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. It'll be Mason Miller to try and lead off the bats for the Cougars in the bottom of 4. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back here to Butler County High School, where
gets
Grayson
confusing.
County, yeah, it does. It's one thing that I hate about district tournament time is you're playing a different team at a different ballpark. Yeah. It just throws me off.
Because we're not at home, so we're playing at where who we're playing against, but that's not how it works.
Yeah, it's why I get very confused. Chaz Wilson in for the 4th inning of work. Mason Miller will lead off. He struck out in his first at bat, and the first pitch from the senior hurler is high and inside for ball 1.
And that's a pitch right there up around the neck of Mason that we've seen a lot of Cougars swing through.
It's a good job by him. you know what, make Wilson throw you a strike. It's something Grayson County has not done, but I think would be successful in this one. The 1-0 is inside, and there's your called strike to Mason Miller. Wilson, that was pitch 65 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Still no score between the Cougars and the Wildcats.
I mean, through 3 innings of work, 65 pitches, they're making them work.
The pitch, swing and a miss, and that one was blown right past Mason Miller.
Doesn't matter how much you make them work. If you don't put a run on the board, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
because in the final stat line, pitches don't go. Well, you don't worry about them. You worry about how many innings of shutout ball you can throw.
The 1-2 pitch is a sweeping breaking ball that just misses. That one must have been a little high.
It was caught well, but I mean, those sweeping breaking balls like a curve like that, they break across the zone around the neck, and then they drop to the mitt.
The break-even pitch to Mason Miller is high and inside, and Miller has fought to make this count go full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes, bottom of the fourth inning, no score. Grayson County and Edmonson County.
And the Cougars really need a win in that bat here to start this inning.
Here comes the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Miller goes down on strikes.
One thing the Cougars haven't done a single time tonight, they haven't won in that bat. They've either gotten walked on 4 or 5 pitches or they've struck out. They haven't fought and won in that bat yet.
That's 8 strikeouts for Chaz Wilson. 8 of the 10 outs for Grayson County this game.
One was a play at the plate and a pickoff move. So not a single
pitch high and inside.
Not a single stereotypical. That was hit. Hit him.
Oh, it did hit him. Says our home plate umpire, and you know what?
You take it.
You'll take it. If the umpire says it hits you, then you know what? You'll take it. And I always love it when players, you know what? Run down to first.
Yeah, take it.
Make him tell you to come back.
I'm sure it might have clipped his elbow, and that's the kind of HVPs you like. Don't even feel it.
So Caden Woodcock now, he is the only Grayson County hit in this game so far tonight.
Yeah.
Nice to see you put in another one if you're Woodcock.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see a hit and run here because the hit that Woodcock had was a perfect hit and run opportunity.
He has that hole that he hit it into the last time.
Huge.
You could drive a semi-truck through. And there's a pitch that is called a ball, I believe,
yes.
and they try to back pick, and I'm not really sure as to why. It was kind of bounced about 14 times. And
I'd bet a lot of my life savings right here on a hit and run. Up in the count, relatively speedy on first. Hit and run's coming right here.
The 1-0 to Caden Woodcock. Pickoff attempt. You could tell it was on, and he's safe. As Brothers was caught leaning in an awkward slide, and he was in there safe at first, and he was very close.
It was. Yeah, he's leaning. I wouldn't be surprised if they took it off maybe here because they know it's coming. But
yeah, you could tell, though, when that pickoff came that Brothers was leaning towards second base.
Danny may rethink this decision, but I still think it's on.
Here comes the 1-0. The pitch, he's running, and it hits him on the shoulder, but did he swing?
He swung, yeah.
He swung, so it's a swing and a miss, and because of that.
No, it's a strike.
Yeah. It hits him. No. They're going to say he didn't. Woodcock, I give him credit. You know what? He's trying.
Danny, Coach Clark's
They're
trying
to argue this one.
He's
and Danny Clark, I'm not sure I've ever actually seen Danny Clark go to almost argue a play.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
He's fighting a losing battle right here, though. That was a full swing at a pitch.
But I don't blame it.
I don't.
The home plate umpire cannot make that call.
Right,
you have to appeal down to first.
Yeah.
And I think the umpire did just say he swung.
He swung.
Danny Clark still does not agree with that call, and that's the most I think I've ever seen. I know you've seen obviously a lot more Danny Clark, and I've never seen him. He's still not happy with it.
I'm not sure if that's the hill to die on, but I respect it. You got to stand up for your players.
And in a lot of these things, you will see some coaches do this. Danny Clark is not trying to get ejected from
No, definitely not.
But you'll do that to try and light a fire under your team.
I wouldn't be shocked if he's just arguing it to try to light a fire, get these bats going.
The 1-1 pickoff attempt this time, Brothers in easily.
I wouldn't be shocked if he's doing that just to try to get something going.
Sure, Woodcock here, he's trying to work at that shoulder. That one hit him right on the left shoulder.
I didn't feel good.
Here comes the 1-1. Foul ball right to Danny Clark. He does a nice pick down there in the third base coach's box. He'll throw that one right back towards Chaz Wilson. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Standing in the on-deck circle is Cody Shepard. He struck out in his last at-bat. Then again, pretty much the entire Grayson County lineup has struck out in their last at-bat.
Afraid so.
Here comes the 1-2 to Woodcock. Pickoff attempt again in easily as Camden Brothers.
And I wouldn't be shocked to see Camden on the move here, even with a swing and a miss here. Maybe try to get something going. If Woodcock can find a way to battle here and punch a ball into play.
The pitch from Wilson. The 1-2. Fouled off again behind the plate.
That's an extremely tough pitch to foul off right there. That pitch was up in his eyes, and he just barely got a piece of it. But that's not a pitch that you want to be swinging at, though.
Woodcock doing a nice job staying alive in this at-bat. No score, bottom of the 4th inning between Grayson County and Edmonson County. Brothers, a larger lead down at first. The 1-2. Breaking ball, swinging over top of that. Pickoff attempt in safely on the back pick, and that almost was a horrible end to this inning for Grayson County.
That could have been really bad, but first baseman right there did not put a tag on Camden. That was absolutely the right call. He missed the tag completely, but great play by the catcher there to try to back pick.
Cody Shepard is the hitter now for Grayson County after Woodcock goes down on strikes. Camden Brothers, runner on first base, Chaz Wilson. That was pitch number 75 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The wind and the pitch. Brothers is off, swing and a miss. The throw down, and he's in easily. And it's thrown into center field. Brothers is going to dig for third, and he's going to be in there as well. Not a good throw by the catcher, Isaiah Johnson. And just like that, Grayson County has a runner 90 feet away that would make it a 1-0 game.
Yep. That was a great time to steal that bag, and I think Isaiah Johnson has a great arm behind the plate. He unleashed that ball into center field.
That was a swing and a miss, too.
Yes,
I
it was.
was going to say the scoreboard at first had that as a so it's a stolen base and an error reaching, and the pitch is a swing and a miss by Cody Shepard there.
And these Cougar bats are going to have to find a way to learn to choke up and just put the ball in play. They're swinging out of their shoes at these fastballs.
Cody Shepard had a nice little bloop hit to the right side in the game against Ohio County. That would be perfect right here. The 0-2, he fouls it off, foul. You know what? Nice job there by Shepard. He made contact.
Yeah, but he's lunging hard. If Wilson drops a little curve slider action into the box, it's going to be tough for Cody to do anything with it.
Here comes the 0-2 to Cody Shepard, and Wilson's going to step off and look Camden Brothers back. And I like that. If you're Brothers, get into the head of the pitcher here.
Yeah.
Mess with him a little bit.
I'd be breaking right now, halfway.
Here comes the 0-2. Fouled off again by Shepard, and that was a ball.
Somehow. Somehow.
You know what? It doesn't matter how you did it as long as you did it.
Yeah, but you want to get a couple balls in this at-bat, though, because Chaz is still up 0-2, and he has plenty of pitches to waste.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, called strike 3. That is the inning. Grayson County strands another runner in through 4, no score. Grayson County Cougar baseball here on K105. Welcome back here to the Grayson County Cougar Baseball 12th District Tournament game against Edmonson County. Top of the 5th inning, still no score. Between the Cougs and the Cats, Mason Miller in for this 5th inning of work. It'll be 1-2-3 in the Edmonson County order. Clay Walden, he saw one pitch in his last at-bat, and Wharton between the numbers.
And this is a big inning right here for Miller.
And the first pitch for Miller is a swing and a miss.
If he can shut down this top of the order third time through, which is extremely tough to do, seeing the top of the order the third time through, they're going to hit.
Miller has 3 strikeouts in this game, and he gets a swing and a miss there from Clay Walton. He's quickly ahead in the count here at no balls and 2 strikes. Other than that first inning for Mason Miller, which wasn't bad by any means, he's been very good tonight.
Yeah.
The 0-2 in the dirt, and that's a nice 0-2 strike pitch.
Yeah, he's been efficient, especially. His pitch count's looking good, especially through four full innings.
The pitch called strike 3. He catches him looking.
And he knew it, too. He was, as soon as that pitch came over that little hump on the curve, he was walking back to the dugout.
That was a beautiful pitch from Mason Miller to freeze the hitter, Clay Walden. It'll be Gavin Minyard now to hit for Edmonson County.
And this is another big out. You get him out. You want 2 outs when Chaz Wilson comes to bat.
The pitch hits him on the left shoulder, and that is the second that Gavin Minyard has worn today, and the 4th batter that Mason Miller has hit in today's game.
Phew.
So it'll be Chaz Wilson now to step in.
Now batting for the Wildcats.
For Edmonson County, and other than the hit by pitches, that's been the only thing that Mason Miller struggled with
That's
today.
hurt him, though, because those are free bases that you don't want to give up.
The pitch here to Wilson is fouled off. And he did a nice job there. There wasn't anything Wilson could do with that pitch.
No, and that's a really good swing. And you don't want to put him on anything here. You want to keep throwing pitches like that. That even if he nicks it, he can't do anything with it. Don't give him something to hit.
And that pitch is it's a ball.
Yeah, I was pitching the dirt. Good block by Chandler there. Move the count to 1-1 here, and it's still a dangerous at bat.
Chaz Wilson is the hitter. The 1-1 pitch here from Mason Miller. Swing and a miss. He chases a pitch. The throw down to second. He is out. What a throw. What a tag. Ethan Snyder and Chandler McCready catch the runner moving.
That's a huge out right there.
And you could tell that was probably a hit and run there as Wilson was swinging at a pitch in the dirt.
I don't know if you saw, but it was actually a foul tip. But since Chandler caught it, it keeps the ball in play.
So caught stealing. And that goes 2-6 on the putout. And nobody on.
The second base came out on the slide.
Well, I was going to say.
I was like, what's going on?
And look at that. Jody Nutt about to go out there and fix it.
I couldn't imagine a better guy going to do it. This is what he's been waiting for all day.
Jody Nutt, assistant coach. I heard a little rumor tell me that you know him.
I know him a little bit. Yeah,
fairly well.
Sometimes I stay over at his house. Sometimes, occasionally.
Do you?
Yeah, but he for a living he takes care of baseball fields. So fixing second here is everything he could have dreamed of doing.
That's what he grew up to be, right?
Yeah.
For those that are unaware, Jody is Briley's stepfather.
Indeed.
So you definitely know him.
But you know, whenever you're in first and second grade and they ask you what you want to be when you grow up, a lot of people astronaut, president, movie star. I think Jody wrote groundskeeper for the baseball park.
And listen, hey, that's got to be an awesome job.
The
people that do that for professional teams.
Oh, that's probably my dream job.
Really?
Doing it for an MLB team.
Because I love it when they do all the designs in the field.
They're gorgeous.
It's amazing. And I love watching them have to put the tarp on the field and just how good they are.
I'd love to cut outfield grass for a living at an MLB field.
So the base is back in. Jody Nutt does that, and here comes the 1-2 pitch to Chaz Wilson. And he goes back to that little pitch down and outside, and Wilson this time hangs off. And Wilson had swung over it twice, so why not go to it a third time?
It's a good pitch, and he thought about it, but he's strong enough to hold up.
So the break even coming to Chaz Wilson from Mason Miller. He does it one more time. It's a ground ball to Hawkins. He bobbles it. He'll recover. He'll throw. Out. Nice job by Dane Hawkins to keep that ball in front of him. And that is the inning. Through 4.5, it's no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Ethan Snyder will lead off the bottom of the 5th inning for Grayson County. It'll be Snyder, Van Meter, Hawkins. So go to work against Chaz Wilson. And for Grayson County offensively, it's still no score in this game, but the story has been missed opportunities. And through the first 4 as you stranded 2 runners in scoring position in the first inning. You had a runner thrown out on a potential pass ball at the plate. And you stranded, 2 runners at third as well?
Yep, and you know why they have they've stranded so many? How have the 2 outs been made? Play at the plate and a pickoff.
Other than strikeouts.
Yes, yeah, exactly. They haven't put the ball in play.
Chaz Wilson's 81st pitch of the game is a ground ball, and there we go. The play in there, but it's a slow grounder to the second baseman, Lindsey. He'll throw on, and that's the first out of the inning.
That's so much better than a strikeout.
I mean, does it get anything accomplished? No. But putting the ball in play, something good will come from it.
And here's the thing, Dylan Lindsey very well could have misplayed that one.
Yes,
He could have had a bad throw. It happens.
That's fine. You take that.
Even the world's most elite defenders make a bad play every once in a while. Jaron Van Meter, he's 0 for 0 tonight. He walked against Chaz Wilson in his last at-bat, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls it off to the left side. The thing, though, that Van Meter is probably in the back of his head is he walked, got on base, leadoff man on, and then was picked off.
Picked off, yep.
And that's got to be in the back of your mind here if you're the freshman. The 0-1 is in the dirt for ball 1, so that'll even up the count here at 1 ball and 1 strike.
They seem to be a little more aggressive this inning, and that's okay because if they can start getting hits to fall, they'll score some runs, I promise.
What's been working hasn't been working.
Yeah.
What's been happening, and there's a pitch called strike on the outside corner. Again, that low strike called by our home plate umpire. He's been very consistent, though, behind the plate.
Right here, 1-2, they fight and put the ball in play here, and it'd be a success, in my opinion.
The pitch, high and outside. And that'll even up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We have an update from that Lady Cougar softball game in the top of the 4th inning. Butler County leads Grayson County 18-9.
Phew.
That's a high-scoring game going on there.
Football game.
The break even from Wilson. In the dirt, Van Meter holds up. He'll check down, and he is safe. Good call by the umpire, and that's a ball in the dirt.
And right here, you've battled here in this at-bat. Win the at-bat. They haven't been able to win an at-bat yet.
The 3-2 pitch, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning, no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. The pitch, high and outside, and that's exactly what Jaron Van Meter does. And the freshman has maybe the best at-bat of the game so far for Grayson County.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. That's winning an at-bat. Forcing 5 or 6 pitches and still getting on base. That's good.
Chaz Wilson will now face Dane Hawkins for Grayson County. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out swinging and walked in his 2 at-bats. And the at-bat that he struck out swinging, he did not look good.
No, he didn't.
Against Chaz Wilson.
Dane either looks really, really on or really off.
Van Meter, a steady lead over at first. He got picked off in his last time when he was on the bases. The pitch is fouled off by Dane Hawkins, and that one hits off of the umpire, and again, he takes it like a champ.
Yeah, and Dane gets up there, and he swings with all he's got, that's for sure. And if he needs to just shorten up a little bit and try to punch it through a hole.
Because you've got speed. I mean, a hit to the outfield moves the runner from first to third.
Hitting the ball off the wall would be great, but if you're the Cougars here, you don't need that from Dane. You just need him to punch it through a hole.
With Gavin Childress, who's had a nice game tonight
so
far,
he's
standing in the on-deck circle. The 0-1 to Hawkins. Pick off attempt. Van Meter this time bounces away, but not far enough for Van Meter to move. And that's one that you got to trust your first base coach.
Yeah, definitely. You're not moving on that one.
Jody Nutt, first base coach for Grayson County. Third base, Danny Clark. And man in the dugout, Chase Blaine and Buddy Hobby.
Yeah, that's a duo right there.
The 0-1 is in the dirt. Off and running is Van Meter, and he is out.
Not sure what he was doing there personally. He didn't run until the catcher picked up the ball.
And that's freshman that you see right there.
Yeah.
Just not enough experience to know what to do there. And now moving from a runner on first with 1 out with your best hitter at the plate, now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Dane Hawkins.
Yep.
The 1-1 to Hawkins is outside for ball 2.
Should make it 3-1 because on the steal it was the ball in the dirt, I believe.
See, but the scoreboard says 2-1, so I'm not sure who's right. We'll
find
out here on this pitch.
Probably the scoreboard, but
the pitch in the dirt.
Scoreboard.
Scoreboard is right. Okay,
of
3 balls and 1 strike.
Why would I be right?
Listen, as I've learned, when it comes to counts, I'm almost always,
It's
if
tough.
I think I'm wrong, I'm probably wrong.
Yeah.
So 3 balls, 1 strike. This is a prime hitter's count here if you're Dane Hawkins.
It is.
Big pitch coming. Chaz Wilson delivers, and it's fouled off, smacks off the backstop, and rolls right back to Isaiah Johnson, who's going to throw that one right back. No, he's going to get a new ball. That one might have a scuff on it. See our home plate umpire. He looks at it. He says it's good enough.
I don't
puts
hate
it right back in there.
I don't hate that swing at all. 3-1 count. He's swinging with all he's got, but now full. Shorten up a little bit. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Still no score. The pitch is right back up the middle for a base hit. Great job of hitting there for Dane Hawkins. And Grayson County has their 2nd base hit of the game. And that caught stealing hurts a little bit more now after a nice base hit right there. That probably would have. That might have scored him if he made it.
I was going to say, if he's safe.
He scores probably.
I think Danny Clark's waving him in that situation.
That hurts a little bit more now.
Gavin Childress will now hit for Grayson County. He walked and reached on an error in his 2 at-bats, so he's put the ball in play for Grayson County today.
He's been on base twice.
And that pitch is low. Ooh, called strike by our home plate umpire.
That was.
The Grayson County faithful do not agree with that call.
That was about halfway up Gavin's shins right there, which some umpires, that's a zone, but it hasn't been the zone so far today.
I think he almost had to kneel down to tie his shoelaces to swing it that way.
Yeah, that was.
But you know what? That's why I'm back here and not behind the plate. The 0-1 is outside for ball 1, and that might have been a little bit of a makeup pitch there.
It might have been. That was close. So.
He says, okay, now we're even. It's 1-1. That's exactly what it should be.
Tell you what, doing the whole makeup call, it's tough because that's not in your brain when you're umping. You're not thinking of, I gotta give him a little leniency here.
Especially if you're in the field.
Yeah.
1-1.
It's
Again, that same pitch is called a ball, so I guess maybe it was a ball.
Yeah. If you're in the field, makeup calls are not a real thing. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
I couldn't agree with you more. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Gavin Childress. Grayson County and Edmonson County locked up at 0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dane Hawkins, the runner at first. He's off and running. That's lined into center field. It's a long run, and it is going to be caught by Walden in center field. Nice play by Clay Walden for the final out of the inning. Through 5 full, no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back to Butler County High School. Grayson County and Edmonson County here locked up in the top of the 6th inning. No score. As Mason Miller in for the 6th inning of work. So far, Miller's line for Grayson County, 5 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 4 hit by pitch.
You take those hit by pitches away, and he's throwing a really good game. And his pitch count probably looks magnificent without those HPPs.
64.
Which is still really good, but it's a lot lower even.
The pitch is a sweeping breaking ball low for ball 1. Gavin Rose leads off. Rose in his 2 at-bats today, hit by a pitch and walked. So he's been on base both times for this Butler County, or for this Edmonson County team, and he does a hard ground ball to the second baseman Childress. Like a vacuum, he scoops it up and throws on to first for the first out of the inning.
You best believe he does.
Gavin Childress, very good defender on the infield.
Yeah.
And that's something he takes pride in, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He looks up to his idol, Colton Wong. Tommy Edmond now, actually.
I was going to say Tommy Edmond because Colton Wong is no longer on the team. Cole Sailing fouls that one off, and ooh, that one goes through. There is about a about a 5-foot window in between the net and the dugout, and that one found that little window and Hopefully no one was staying there because that one would have taken somebody's head off. Mason Miller, the 0-1. Called strike. Nice pitch from Miller. And that's my thing here is our home plate umpire is calling that low strike. There are very, very few hitters that can hit that pitch low.
Yeah.
Go to it. And he does to it one more time. Gavin Rose looks silly. Pitch is in the dirt. McCready picks it up and tags him out for a strikeout for Mason Miller.
Now batting number 12, Isaiah Johnson.
So it'll be Isaiah Johnson now to hit for Edmonson County. He's been up twice, and he struck out twice, but he reached on the drop first strike in his first at-bat of this game, so he's 0 for 2. Mason Miller, 70th pitch of the game, is ripped into left center field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Van Meter quickly over to grab that one to hold Johnson to a single.
That was a real nice rip right there. First pitch swinging, he hits a shot into the gap, but Jaron makes a great play at getting around the ball and keeping it to a single.
Hunter Wilson will now hit for Edmonson County. He's 1 for 2. Their lone hit for Edmonson County until that moment there. As the runner Johnson stands at first, there's a called strike on the outside corner.
If you're Mason here, you want to go ahead and get this out because that means in the top of the 7th you face their 8, 9, and 1 guy instead of possibly maybe their top 3 if you get a couple runners on.
Here comes the 0-1 with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. Sweeping breaking ball, called strike. And I think Hunter Wilson looked at Mason Miller and said, that's unfair.
Yeah,
you can't throw that.
That's not cool, man.
That's illegal. Miller trying to work out of the inning. Still no score. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. And we head to the bottom of 6. It'll be McCready, Miller, Brothers trying to get the Cougar offense going. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. It'll be Chaz Wilson in for the bottom of the 6th inning. Still no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. For the Cougars, it'll be McCready, Miller, Brothers to hit. And, I mean, you got to give credit here to both Mason Miller and Chaz Wilson. They've gone toe for toe. Wilson has been nothing short of great. I mean, yes, he's had some runners on base, but to me, the only thing that matters is when you look up to the left side of the scoreboard out in left center field, and under home, it says 0.
Yep,
and for Chaz Wilson, that's all that should matter to him.
That's what matters. And the Cougars here, they have to change that soon. I mean, you score here, then guess what? You're 3 outs away from advancing to the region tournament.
That you're hosting.
Yeah, this is the must-win game.
Quite obviously. But
Chaz Wilson will face Chandler McCready to lead off. McCready has struck out twice in his 2 at-bats, and he shows bunt, and he lays a bunt down. Wilson off the mound. He'll throw on to first for the first out of the inning.
That's just, it's not smart there. I know the bats aren't doing anything, but bunting it right back to the pitcher to start the inning isn't going to get anything accomplished.
So that goes 1-3 on the putout. Mason Miller will now hit. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts.
And I know Chandler has struggled at the plate today, but he's batting almost 300 on the year. You got to trust your bat because he's a good player.
He's looked not great in his first 2 at-bats,
hasn't.
and neither is Mason Miller, and he swings over that one as Wilson's just taking Mason Miller, and he's saying, here comes my fastball.
Yeah, I mean,
come and hit it.
Miller 100% knows what pitch is coming, and he still can't catch up to it.
This will be Chaz Wilson's 100th pitch of the game, and it is low for ball one. That might be the first ball that Mason Miller has seen so far in this game.
He's seen a couple. That's the first one he's taken probably, though.
So the 1-1 pitch here. Chaz Wilson, again, 120 is the maximum amount of pitches that a pitcher can throw in a game. That pitch is in the dirt for ball two.
You obviously want Miller to produce at the plate, but really he's doing his job. He's got to wish that everybody around him was also doing theirs.
Yeah, there's no other way to put it. You know what? You can be 0 for 2, but if you have a goose egg on the scoreboard as a starting pitcher and that pitch is high for ball three, it'll be interesting to see here that if Miller reaches base, courtesy runner,
probably just
throw in like a Keaton Hodges or something along the lines of that.
Fresh.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Mason Miller, and it is a fly ball right side of the infield. Lindsey goes back and makes the catch, and he misread that one and had to speed up at the last second to grab that, and that's the second out of the inning.
And 3-1 count, that's not the swing you want. 3-1, you're looking for a pitch you can drive, and that was a jammed little duck fart that got caught.
Camden Brothers will now hit. He was hit by a pitch and struck out swing in his 2 at-bats today. And right now, Chaz Wilson, and the thing here, if you're Grayson County, you want to try and see if you can't get Chaz Wilson out of this game so you wouldn't have to face him in the seventh.
Get him out of this game right now.
Pitch, sweeping breaking ball, called strike on the inside corner. For Wilson, that's 104 pitch-wise in this game.
The one pitch at bat to start the inning didn't help that, though.
The pitch is ripped into left field. That one's hit hard enough, and it is a diving play past the left fielder. Rounding second base, rounding first, going into second is Brothers, and he is deader than a doornail.
That was a bad send, really bad.
That is the end of the inning. Brothers is out, trying to stretch 1 into 2, and through 6, no score. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back here to Butler County High School. No scores. We head to the 7th inning between Grayson County and Edmonson County and Bradley. Both teams have had chances, but pitching has come through.
Pitching has been good, but the bats have just been really bad for both sides. You got, I think, 4 hits combined here tonight?
And the leadoff hitter is Dylan Lindsey, and the first pitch to him is, what was it there, Bradley?
That was low. That's going to be ball 1.
I was going to say, I can't always guarantee that, and that pitch is again low, and Miller is falling behind in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes to the 8-hole hitter, Dylan Lindsey.
The last thing you want to do is walk the 8-hole hitter who has a lot of speed. That's just, you can't have it.
The pitch, high for ball 3, and our scoreboard has seemed to have fallen asleep out there. So 3 balls and no strikes. There they are. They're catching up now.
A walk here would be the recipe for disaster.
And there's a pitch, called strike. And that's your old 3-0 Leo there to Dylan Lindsey.
And you got to put the ball right there again. You have to.
The 3-1 coming to Lindsey from Mason Miller is popped straight up, and it's going to be out of play. So Miller has now fought back to make this count go full. The pitch, sweeping breaking ball, called strike 3. Mason Miller fights back from falling behind 3-0, and that's a huge out in this inning.
Absolutely, that's a huge pitch right there. And I really like that Mason trusts his curveball enough to throw it on a 3-2 count. Not a lot of pitchers have enough confidence in themselves to drop one in their 3-2.
We do have a final score and some bad news to bring you. The Lady Cougars have fallen tonight to Butler County 19-9. So their season is over. 7-26 is how their year finishes, but bright future for that team. Very young, so it's a tough break for them. The 0-1 pitch, sweeping breaking ball that is out of the reach of Darren Alexander, who is the hitter for Edmonson County. He struck out once and grounded out to the first baseman, Cody Shepard. Still no score here in the top of the 7th inning. And he fouls that one off. And
somehow, that was over his head. That was a curveball that was over his head, and he managed to foul it off, and I think he fouled it off the umpire.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how he did that.
I think he fouled it off the umpire somehow.
The 0-2 pitch coming to Alexander. Swing and a miss, down on strikes, and that is the second out of the inning.
And this inning turned from really bad to really good for Miller. He went 3-0 on the first batter, and then he's thrown 6 straight strikes after that to get 2 outs.
For Mason Miller, that is the 11th strikeout of the game for Miller. He's through 6 2/3 of an inning. Clay Walden is the hitter, and the first pitch he sees is that little breaking ball that breaks a little bit too much, and it's in the dirt for ball 1.
I'll say this, Miller deserves a win here, and the offense needs to pick him up here in the bottom of the 7th.
Walden has struck out twice and has been hit by a pitch, and again, that one's outside. And nice job, though, by McCready to pick that one off the ground. That's easier said than done, I know, and Buddy Hobby's going to call time, and he's going to go out there and talk to Mason Miller. Miller, 85 pitches, but I know that's kind of one thing, that 85 pitches when it's warm feels like about 100 pitches.
It does, it does. But another thing, I don't think Mason's thrown a lot of strenuous pitches. He hasn't been in a whole lot of tough counts, really. He's dominated a lot of batters. I think if you ask a lot of pro pitchers, throwing 110 really easy pitches is a lot easier than throwing 85, real tough grunt pitches.
Pitches by inning for Mason Miller, 20 in the first, 10 in the second, 12 in the third, 11 in the fourth, 11 in the fifth, 9 in the sixth, so far 12 in this inning. That's what I call consistent.
Yeah, he's been solid, especially after that first.
So 2 balls and no strikes is the count here, and the most important thing is 69% for a strike for Mason Miller.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep that above 70, and he's right there.
The 2-0 coming to Clay Walden, the leadoff hitter, and it's a foul ball. Not sure that the first base umpire was a little slow to give us a signal on that one.
It looked close, but the batter didn't move out of the box, so I guess he knew it pretty well.
Not sure. Is that ball still in foul territory down there? Yes,
yeah, they're going to grab it.
Edmonson County's Ty Brantley going to run down there, and he's going to pick that one up. And they threw the pitch anyways, and I guess it must have hit him.
I guess so.
As I was looking away, is because there was a player in foul territory for Edmonson County, and
which isn't uncommon, but the foul territory here at Butler County isn't big. I know in a lot of places, if a ball goes in the foul territory, guy throws a helmet on and goes and grabs it.
So it'll be Gavin Minyard now to hit. He's 0 for 0. Sacrifice, and he's been hit twice. Pickoff move is in safe, and Gavin Minyard for Mason Miller is the most important player that has been in this game right now, because you look on the on-deck circle and you have Chaz Wilson standing on deck.
He's going to hit the ball hard.
Yes, pickoff attempt again in safely, and if you're Grayson County, you cannot allow him to hit.
No. You don't want him to hit for the rest of this game. You want to get Minyard here and then put up a run in the bottom.
For Grayson County, it'll be 6, 7, 8 in the bottom of the 7th inning, and that pitch is outside for ball 1 to Minyard. It'll be Woodcock, Shepard, Snyder for the Cougars.
And Chandler picked off on that pass, or the ball in the dirt. Not really a smart decision there. He wanted to just focus on this batter, get him out.
The 1-0 coming to Gavin Minyard from Mason Miller. He checks the runner, delivers the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. Nice pitch from the senior Miller.
It's a nice pitch. And at Chandler, you got to give credit where credit's due. He's done a great job behind the plate on framing those curveballs.
He's done a very nice job behind the plate. Walden gets the lead at first. The pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by McCready. And it's a called strike.
He
swung,
says
the home plate umpire.
It was a half little check swing, but go all the way through type of ordeal.
So 1 ball, 2 strike, top of the 7th inning. Still no score between Grayson County and Edmonson County. The pitch from Mason Miller is over the head of Minyard, That'll even up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's one of those that, easier said than done, but you wear that one, and we could say that behind the plate without us being in the batter's box, wearing one off our helmet. You've done that once or twice.
That's why you got the helmet.
It's fouled off, or no, it's popped off right side. Long run for Cody Shepard. Can he make the play? He cannot. That's a tough play for Shepard, going back, fighting the sun, not knowing where you are on the field. I mean, you don't play at Butler County. If this is a Don Lee Field one, that's a foul ball by, 15 feet, because foul territory really doesn't exist at Don Lee Field. But that's just tough.
It is. That's a tough play to make, and a real long run for Cam in right field to try to get there as well. So
here comes the break-even pitch. One more time from Mason Miller, his 93rd of the game and his 20th of the inning. Minyard is the hitter. Chaz Wilson stands in the on-deck circle, and it is just misses on the inside corner. The Grayson County faithful groan at that one.
And Minyard tried his best to lean into that one, and I think when you try to lean into a pitch, you don't get the benefit of the doubt. You get rung up on that one.
So here comes the 3-2 pitch. The runner will be moving. Pickoff attempt in safely is Clay Walden.
That was a borderline pitch that Minyard just stuck his elbow right into the strike zone.
But here, if you're Mason Miller now, that just means you have to make a close pitch here, because
strike.
usually an umpire, if it's close, he'll give it to you. The runner is off. Fly ball, deep left field. Going back to the track, Van Meter looks up. That's a home run for Gavin Minyard, and Edmonson County has taken a 2-0 lead. The 3-2 pitch makes it 2-0 Edmonson County here in the top of the 7th inning. And the season for Grayson County is on the brinks. And I'm not really sure how they're getting some more baseballs for a home plate umpire, and that hurts.
Yeah, that's the duality of baseball right there. You get a strike 3 called for ball 3 instead, and then the next pitch is hit right over the left field wall. That one stings.
Gavin Minyard, his 3rd home run of the season, makes it a 2-0 Edmonson County game. The pitch hits Chaz Wilson. I guess it doesn't hit Chaz Wilson. I thought it did, but it did not. I think this is one of these, though, that if you're Mason Miller, take a deep breath.
Yep.
Got to trust your offense here. You can't allow it to go to make it a 3-0 game. So that pitch is low and outside for ball 2. So it is 2-0 Edmonson County. They've taken a 2-0 lead in this game. The pitch is popped up right side. Cody Shepard goes back. He calls the ball, and that is that. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Grayson County needs 2 runs to keep their season alive. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Edmonson County has taken a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Gavin Minyard with a 2-run home run at the top of the 7th for Grayson County to be Woodcock, Shepard, Snyder. Chaz Wilson trying to finish this one off. Edmonson County trying to advance to the 3rd region tournament that will be held at Don Lee Field at Grayson County High School. Briley, what's the mentality Grayson County needs to have here?
You just can't be down and out.
You don't have any breath left in you after a hit like that, but you just have to toughen up and find a way to put 2 across here.
Chaz Wilson at 105 pitches, so he has 15 to work with. As a reminder, if he hits the 120th pitch in the middle of an at-bat, he can finish the at-bat before he has to leave the game. The pitch here to Caden Woodcock is high and inside for ball 1.
And I have to imagine the Cougars will be taking until they get a strike here.
I think you 100% have to.
That's something Danny likes to do, especially in a close game. I think that's what they'll be doing.
Make Chaz Wilson throw you a strike. The pitch is inside, called strike 1. I think the Cougar faithful are wondering why that wasn't a strike.
Yeah, they didn't get it
last inning.
They certainly didn't get it last inning.
The 1-1. The pitch is fouled off by Woodcock. He's fallen behind in the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The season is in the balance for Grayson County. Chaz Wilson against Caden Woodcock. The 1-2 is a breaking ball high that doesn't break, and the count moves to a 2 balls and 2 strike pitch here. And you just got to be doing whatever you can to get on base if you're Grayson County in this situation. The break even from Wilson is in the dirt, and the count moves full. Danny Clark claps his hands as Caden Woodcock looks down. The 3-2 pitch, getting Woodcock on base would be huge to start this inning. The pitch is a line drive center field. Walden comes in. It's going to drop. That's a base hit for Caden Woodcock.
Seniors had a great day at the plate tonight.
Caden Woodcock now 2 for 3 in this game.
Yeah, I mean, 2 base hits for an offense that's been struggling mightily. That's a huge, huge hit.
Grayson County only has 4 hits in the game. Woodcock has 2 of them. Cody Shepard will now hit. He struck out twice in this game. Be interesting to see if you got a bunt call here.
I don't think so, down 2.
The pitch, high for ball 1.
And I mean,
Chaz Wilson now 112 pitches. You would presume probably Gavin Rose would be the man that Edmonson County would go to.
Probably.
The pitch, outside for ball 2. You could tell Chaz Wilson, he had that little bit of working on adrenaline. That's probably gone away.
Yeah. Right here, it's gone from let's go to oh no, we got to buckle down.
The 2-0 is in the dirt, 3 balls and no strikes. And I mentioned earlier that there's the biggest red light in the history of the game of baseball. I think that this is an even bigger red light.
This is a big one right here.
Red light the size of Litchfield right now. The 3-0, right down Broadway, called strike. And I don't know about you, but I think that this red light might not be quite as big as Litchfield, but maybe the size of Short Creek right now.
I'd say this is Clarkson right here. I still think you're taking. It's got to be right there.
3 balls, 1 strike, called strike. So now Wilson is made back to move this count full. Huge pitch in this game. Chaz Wilson, this will be 117
biggest pitch
in this
of the season.
game. The 3-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. Shepard goes down on strikes. Now batting is Ethan Snyder. Jaron Van Meter is on deck, and in the hole is Dane Hawkins.
You want to get Dane in that bat here. You want your senior to have another shot in this game.
Presumably this would be Chaz Wilson's final at bat.
Yep.
Pickoff attempt in safely is Woodcock. And Riley, I think it's safe to say that is the absolute last thing you need.
Absolutely,
is to have a runner picked off.
You don't want that.
Ethan Snyder is the tying run at the plate. It's 2-0 Edmonson County. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Grayson County trying to keep their season alive. The pitch high, off the glove. Woodcock's breaking for second. The throw down, he is safe.
And it's real dangerous to take second here whenever when you're a run that doesn't really matter. But that was a great jump by Woodcock, and
it's a good throw by Johnson.
It was a good throw, but I mean at the very least that takes a double play ball away.
So 1 ball, no strike pitch here to Ethan Snyder. He's 0 for 2 tonight. And there's a cold strike on the outside corner.
And I think this pitch will make it. This has to be the last batter, right?
This would be his 120th pitch, so he can finish the batter, Snyder, but Jaron Van Meter will have to face somebody else unless Wilson can get a double play in this situation. The pitch to Snyder is a swing and a miss. That's 120. So Chaz Wilson will have to leave the game after this batter.
He looks.
And Bo West is coming out right now, and
he can leave him in the game.
He can leave him in the game to finish the at-bat.
I'm not sure the coach even knows it, actually, which is
nope, they're going to take him out. He has to finish the at-bat, but
It's certainly interesting that he isn't. That's
so we're going to have a new pitcher in the game. We'll tell you who it is coming up, as this is Cougar Baseball on K105. Gavin Rose is the new pitcher in for Edmonson County. This will be his 11th game of the season, a 3.54 ERA, 26 strikeouts, 10 walks. He's 3-3 with 1 save. Against Grayson County this season, he's thrown 1 inning. He struck out 1 Cougar. So that was back in the game played in Brownsville. Grayson County's season is on the ropes right now. So you have 1 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. Ethan Snyder is the hitter. It's a 1-ball and 2-strike count. Caden Woodcock is the runner at second base. Again, Woodcock's run doesn't mean anything. Ethan Snyder up is the tying run. 1 ball, 2 strike. Home plate umpire steps out to let him know. Snyder trying to keep the Cougar season alive. Maybe knock in a run here. Gavin Rose, his first pitch of the game, checks the runner at second. Delivers the pitch outside for ball 2. Just a little bit outside. The Edmonson County faithful wanted that one to be a strike, but I think that was a good call.
It was.
The break even from Gavin Rose to Ethan Snyder. He's in the dirt. Nice snag by Isaiah Johnson
Very
behind
impressive.
the plate, especially with speed on second. So the count moves full. 1 down. Bottom of the 7th inning. It's Edmonson County 2, Grayson County nothing. The Cougars have to score at least 2 runs to keep their season alive. Rose checks the runner at second. Delivers the 3-2 pitch, and it's popped straight up, and it is behind the plate, and it is going to be foul. Isaiah Johnson dives for that ball, but he wasn't going to be able to make a play on it. Hopefully he's okay. That is a brick wall back there.
That's real nice effort. And I know from experience, they got gravel as the backstop instead of dirt like a lot of places do, or even grass. I know
that doesn't feel good.
You know, on a passed ball when I played, I slid on my butt and, split my pants open on the gravel.
Story to tell right there.
It absolutely is.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th inning, Ethan Snyder trying to stay alive against Gavin Rose. Rose trying to shut the door in this one. Checks the runner at second. Delivers the pitch. In the dirt, Ethan Snyder works a walk.
That's a huge at-bat right there by Ethan Snyder. He didn't let the pressure get to him. And that, I promise you, in that box, his knees were shaking a little bit.
Jaron Van Meter is the hitter now for Grayson County. He's walked twice. Snyder is the tying run at first. Woodcock is the run that would make it a 1-run game at second. And Jaron Van Meter is the winning run.
Phew. 1
down. The pitch, called strike on the inside corner.
It's almost unfair to put a freshman in this spot.
Do you bunt in this situation and put the faith in your hands of Dane Hawkins?
I don't think so. But this is such a huge at-bat here for this freshman.
The 0-1 pitch, outside. That'll move the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike.
The Edmonson County faithful seems to have forgotten that Jaron barely is 5 feet tall.
Maybe with 3-inch heels on.
You're right. My bad.
The 1-1 pitch. Runners on first and second. 2-0 Edmonson. In the dirt. Again, another nice job by Isaiah Johnson. And you know what?
He is working his tail off.
Somebody needs to buy him a Coke at the end of this game, because tip your cap to him. He's been nothing short of unbelievable behind the plate today. And really, Chandler McCready has been as well for Grayson County.
They've both been tough.
The 2-ball, 1-strike pitch here to the freshman, Jaron Van Meter. The tying run is at first base. Outside, no! Called strike to even up the count here at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Right here, if you're Jaron, anything close, you got to try to Doug fart something here.
Dane Hawkins stands in the on-deck circle. Van Meter, the pitch, is lined into right field for a base hit. They're going to hold Woodcock, and the bases are going to be loaded with 1 out for Dane Hawkins. Tell you what, Briley, I don't know that you could draw it up much better than this. Danny Clark talking right now with Dane Hawkins. What's Danny Clark telling Dane in this situation?
He's telling him to not go up there trying to hit a home run, because I promise you, Dane right now is thinking, oh boy, if I get a hold of one, guess what? But Dane has to settle down, and he needs to work the count. If he gets walked, you have to take the walk. You score the run. You have to find a way here to be smart if you're Dane.
The bases are loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning. Edmonson County leads 2-0. The pitch outside for ball 1.
And right now, if you're the Cougars, what you have to remember is all the pressures on Edmonson County. There is so much pressure right now on this Edmonson County defense.
Bases juiced again. The wind and the pitch from Rose is popped straight up behind the plate. The catcher Johnson goes back and makes the catch in foul territory. And the Grayson County Cougars are down to their final outs.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 7, Gavin Childress.
And that has got to hurt if you're a senior.
That hurts. It does. It does hurt. But you pass the baton to another senior right now, and this is the biggest at-bat of Gavin's life. And
Gavin Childress 0 for 2 today, reached on an error, walked, and flied out to the center fielder. That fly out to the center fielder was a rope by the lefty. Gavin Rose trying to finish off the Cougars. The wind and the pitch way outside for ball 1.
I don't think I'd wish this upon my worst enemy, the pressure of this right here. But also the opportunity to
become a hero.
Make a memory for a lifetime.
The 1-0 pitch coming to Gavin Childress. He's in the dirt, ball 2.
Oh,
they called that a strike. They called it a strike. It hit the plate, and the umpire calls it a strike.
And he waited about 2 or 3 seconds to call it, too. That's bad. That is bad. That's bad.
You know what? I don't usually like to call it, but that's not a good call by our home plate umpire.
And such a big spot. You can't mess up like that.
The 1-ball and 1-strike pitch to Gavin Childress is a called strike, and the Cougars are down to their final out. Caden Woodcock, the runner at third. Ethan Snyder, the tying run at second. Jaron Van Meter, the winning run at first. Gavin Childress, the senior at the plate. It's 2-0 Edmonson County, bottom of the 7th inning. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch to the senior is a fly ball. Left center field. That one is going to down. 1 run will score. They're going to wave around the 2nd run. The runner comes home. He's safe. Tie game. Gavin Childress ties it up, and Grayson County lives to survive another day.
Wow. Wow.
How about that? Gavin Childress is the hero tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got more baseball to play, and it'll be Chandler McCready with a chance to win the game for Grayson. Riley Napier, I got goosebumps right now.
That is, you gotta love baseball. Baseball is such a fun sport.
Gavin Childress is the hero so far. Chandler McCready will try to one-up him. Speed is at second base. The wind and the pitch coming from Gavin Rose is a ground ball that is to the shortstop. He'll throw on to first, and he is out at first base. And that is the inning. But Grayson County scores 2. And we have free baseball in Morgantown. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Gavin Childress was the hero in the bottom of the 7th inning that keeps our game alive. It is currently 2-2. We head into the 8th inning. Grayson County, Edmonson County, and Briley Napier. Tell you what, everybody that paid admission, I think it was $5 to get in tonight, they should, when they walk by, give $5 more because I think that it's worth every dollar that they've gotten paid.
Yeah,
tonight.
This is a much better game than any of the Yankee games I've been watching the past couple weeks, I'll tell you that.
Mason Miller back out for this 8th inning of work. He's made one mistake in this game, and it was a big one.
It was a costly one, but I tell you what, Mason Miller better have given Gavin the biggest of hugs after that.
So Mason Miller stands at 97 pitches. It is 2-2.
Leading off the 8.
And I'll tell you what, Briley,
and
I'm still just like, this has been just such a great baseball game tonight.
And if I could have picked somebody to do it, Gavin would have been the guy.
And here comes the first pitch. It'll be Gavin Rose. He's a called strike. Rose ends up getting a blown save in that opportunity. And it looks like we've got somebody warming up in the Edmonson County bullpen. It's Hunter Wilson, the 7th grader. The pitch is outside for ball 1.
And if you're Mason here, though, you have to calm down a little bit after that inning, and you have to throw strikes.
This will be Mason Miller's 100th pitch of the game, and it's outside for ball 2. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Because this momentum has shifted a lot this game. But right now, Grayson County has it. And if they can throw a shutdown 8th inning, they could win it.
Here comes the 2-1. It is popped off behind the plate, and the count moves even. Sam Gormley and Briley Napier here with you today, and what has been nothing short of a great baseball game. We appreciate you taking the time to join us here on K105 Digital Productions. And there's a blue pit right side base hit. That one falls into the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
And Edmonson County has their first batter on in this inning.
That was an excuse me duck fart right there. He got jammed on a curveball and just poked it over the first baseman.
So the hitter now will be Cole Sailing.
This feels like an obvious bunt situation right here.
Sailing has struck out every at-bat in this game.
Yes, this is a bunt situation. If you're Miller, you just throw it at the bat and take the out. Don't try to get fancy. Take the out when they give it to you.
Cole Sailing 0 for 3. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses the bunt. Back pick, safe. And again, the base comes out as the Edmonson County player knocks that base out. And is Jody Nutt going to have to go back out there and do some more work?
Yeah, they're calling for Jody, it looks like.
No, it doesn't appear that he's moving from his...
He's done enough work.
He says this time it's Edmonson County first base coach. Nope, here he comes. They're going to throw it out. He's going to make Bo West, the Edmonson County head coach, fix it this time. As Gavin Rose, a hard slide in there. And
they almost got him there at first, which would have been demoralizing.
If that throw was 6 inches more to the left, he'd have been out.
Yep.
He'd have been out. Because it was a great throw by McCready.
It was a good throw. It was just a little bit offline.
And I mean, that, Briley, I know you know it, being a catcher is such a hard play.
It is. Throwing either of the corners is tough, especially when you got the batter bunting in front of you.
So you can't see the ball
Yeah,
as well.
you're not seeing the ball. And it's not like it's okay, after this pitch I'm throwing to first. You have to see where the runner's at, so you don't get to plan out ahead of how you're going to throw it. It's just a snap of the finger instinct.
Hunter Wilson is warming up in the Edmonson County, I guess you could call it their bullpen.
And then it looks like Cam and
Landon Chiarella looks like he's warming up.
Who's beside him?
Owen Bratcher?
Probably. Did he get his haircut?
Number 17. That is Owen Bratcher. So you've got
like
a lefty and a righty.
Yeah.
In the bullpen for Grayson County, the 0-1 pitch from Mason Miller to Cole Sailing. Showing bunt again. He does not attempt at it, says our home plate umpire, and that's ball 1. Miller now standing at 104 pitches. In tonight's game, it is 2-2. Edmonson County went ahead in the top of the 7th inning on a 2-run home run by Gavin Minyard. Grayson County tied it on a 2-run single by Gavin Childress. The 1-1 pitch is in the dirt, hits McCready in the face, and because of that, it stops him going to the backstop.
That is such a tough block right there. I mean,
and you know what? Use every body part you can, and that one he used his face.
It bounced in front of the plate, and it took a weird bounce, and he just moved his head over to stop it.
One thing I know about Chandler McCready, he is not afraid of anything.
No, he's tough. He's real tough.
There aren't many players tougher than him. 2 balls, 1 strike, pulling away. And apparently that one missed on the outside corner. It's been a strike a little bit tonight, but our home plate umpire says not right now.
in a game this big, you're allowed to bicker at the umps just a little bit.
3 balls, 1 strike. It goes back to that same pitch, and it's a walk outside. And Edmonson County has a runner on first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. Isaiah Johnson steps in. He singled to left field in his last at bat.
And this feels like another bunt situation, but I'm not sure, as you have somebody who's already had a nice base hit today.
Standing in the on-deck circle is Wilson, Hunter Wilson. In fact, he has now moved from the bullpen to grab his bat.
Yep.
So again, you've got a lefty and a righty warming up in the Edmonson County bullpen. Or sorry, in the Grayson County bullpen. Showing bunt again, and the pitch is high for ball 1. And it'll be very interesting to see how much of a leash Danny Clark gives Mason Miller in this situation.
Miller has to find the zone here. His offense tied it up for him, and he's came out here and he's given up 2 bases already.
The 1-0. It's a bunt, foul. Not a bad attempt there by Isaiah Johnson.
If that's the fair, it's a base hit.
Because Johnson has speed.
He has good speed, and if he can get down that third baseline, Dane's got to stay back some to cover third. So Miller's going to have to go all the way over there. It's going to be a tough play.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out, top of the 8th inning, 2-2. Grayson County and Edmonson County. The pitch showing bunt again. He attempts at it. Back pick down to second, and it's not a good throw. It hits the runner in the back on the throwdown. And did he make an attempt? I'm not sure if he made an attempt or it was a called strike.
It was a strike one way or another.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is a big pitch here to Isaiah Johnson, the 6-hole hitter.
Definitely.
Miller's 114th pitch of the game is a breaking ball. It's a blue pit left field, and that one's going to drop. They're going to wave around the runner. We're going to have a play at the plate, and the runner doesn't break home. Bo West was calling him to go all the way, and he did not go. Gavin Rose not paying attention to his third base coach, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Whew. That's poor base running, but if you're the runner here, you got to get your head up because you got bases loaded with nobody out.
It is Hunter Wilson to hit now. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Struck out, singled to left and flied out to left, and that pitch is high for ball 1. As I said, that was Mason's 114th pitch. This will be his 113th. I was looking at the wrong stat. Chandler McCready going to walk that ball out to Mason Miller, and you've got a pair of a pair of pitchers warming up in the bullpen.
And one of them's coming up probably in the next batter or 2.
The 1-0 is high for ball 2.
And Miller hasn't been himself this inning. He's had a really bad inning, and he's got to be able to find the zone here if they want any chance of getting out of this inning with the tie.
The 2-0 here. You got to find a strike here. If you're Miller, in the dirt, cold strike. That's the thing. He's called that pitch on both sides tonight.
It's not a strike, but guess what? It's getting called.
The Edmonson County faithful do not agree. The Grayson County faithful do agree. Pitch in the dirt again, that one. No chance of being called a strike. And Miller's falling behind in the count here, 3 balls and 1 strike.
If you're Miller here, you get a gift of a strike, and then you throw a ball in the dirt. He doesn't have the right mindset right now, I don't think, and he needs to find it quick or they're about to fall behind.
3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch pops straight up behind the plates, and I lost that one on the way up. Been good thing because it's about 20 feet behind us.
Huge pitch right here.
Got to be thinking strikeout if you're Mason Miller.
You got to throw a ball in the zone. If he hits it, if you get beat, that's okay. You got to throw a ball in the zone.
Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Bases loaded, nobody out, top of the 8th inning. The pitch just fouled off by Hunter Wilson. That was a good pitch by Mason Miller.
It was a really good pitch. A 3-2 curveball with the bases loaded. It's a gutsy pitch. And I'm not sure I go back to it here though. I think I try to get that fastball somewhere in the zone.
I think it's one of these things that you ask Mason Miller, what pitch are you throwing for a strike?
And that's what he throws.
And that's what you throw. What pitch are you the most confident? The 3-2 pitch is a fly ball into shallow right field. Camden Brothers on the edge of the infield will make the play, and there's no chance. And it's a bad throw. It's going to get away. We're going to have a play at the plate, and it's going to score a run. Camden Brothers has a horrible throw to the plate, and it is a 3-2 Edmonson County lead.
And that just can't happen. That can't happen. The runner didn't even attempt. He didn't have to throw it home. He could have lobbed it into the pitcher. And whew, that's 118
pitches. And every runner advances.
And you will have the corners coming in because don't be shocked to see a little squeeze play here.
Dylan Lindsay is the batter now. It's 3-2 Edmonson
There it
County
is.
showing bunt, pitch high, and Hawkins charges in, and if he would not have done that, they'd have had the runner sailing at third. Mason Miller, this will be 120, so no matter what happens in this game, this is his final batter.
Yep.
Let's see if Danny Clark knows the rule that he can finish the at-bat.
I bet he does.
And they're going to intentionally walk him.
But that's the 120th pitch, so where's that, the 119?
He's still at 119.
Okay, so he gets another batter.
And that'll be Darren Alexander because now that sets up a play at any base and a double play.
It's a play at any base, and he was bunting right there, and a lot of things can go wrong with a squeeze play. So you take your chance here.
Mason Miller, a double play would be exactly what the doctor ordered right here. The 3-2, it's a 3-2 game. Ground ball, and it's snagged by Childress. He's going to have one play at first, and that'll get the runner. Safe is what the call is at first. Safe is the call at first. Everybody's safe, and Edmonson County takes a 4-2 lead. And that will be it for Mason Miller. An infield single by Darren Alexander on what was a great play by Gavin Childress. And I'll tell you what, Bradley, I think he was out.
He was out. There is no thinking about it. He was out. That was not a good call. I'm allowed to say this because it is the 8th inning of a district tournament game. That was a bad call.
Danny Clark talking now with the home plate umpire and Chandler McCready. Mason Miller's at 120 pitches, and I guess they're gonna have an appeal down here. As I think everyone in the stadium thought he was out, except for the first base umpire.
He was, but the home plate umpire can't do anything about it. I'm afraid he can't.
And they're going to talk this over. He was out.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll say it, and I think you can ask the Edmonson County faithful. They're going to say he's safe. I mean, you can't change the call now. Bases are loaded. That's 120 pitches for Mason Miller.
If nobody catches it, Edmonson County, they're not catching it. He's going to throw it to another batter.
So Mason Miller, the pitch, sweeping breaking ball, called a strike. I mean, you know what? There's no other way to put it. I mean, sometimes you can't allow the umpires to have an impact on a game. That's always my philosophy.
Yeah, you can't put this game on the umpires. No. There's been some missed calls, though.
Swing and a miss to Clay Walden, who is the hitter now.
They've quite obviously missed a few calls, but guess what?
That's baseball.
If they get a couple hits in the first couple innings, this game's already over.
There's no doubt about that. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes. Mason Miller, and that is going to be it for Mason Miller. And I'll tell you what, he should hold his head high. He threw himself an unbelievable game here today. We'll tell you who the new Grayson County pitcher is next, coming up here on K105. We welcome you back here to Butler County High School, where Edmonson County leads this one 4-2 in the top of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Dane Hawkins is the new pitcher into the game for Grayson County. And Gavin Minyard will be the hitter. Minyard in his last at-bat homered to left field. The runner Johnson is at third base. The runner Lindsay is at second. The runner Alexander is at first. Edmonson County has already played at 2 here in this 8th inning. This is a tough place for Dane Hawkins to come into the game for.
It's not easy to come off cold. I mean, after playing third base the whole game, coming in, pitch cold, it's not easy to throw strikes, and this is a situation where you don't throw strikes, you lose.
In the next inning for Grayson County,
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 16,
it will be
Gavin Minyard.
Watson Brothers Woodcock.
Can they do magic twice? Can they repeat it?
Dane Hawkins is the pitcher here. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. The pitch pops straight up, right side. McCready will have a play if he can get to it, and he will snag it. Dane Hawkins needs 1 pitch to get out of the inning and strand the bases loaded. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Can Grayson County pull a rabbit out of its hat one more time? We'll find out next here on K105. Welcome back here to Butler County High School. Grayson County is going to have to pull a rabbit out of their hat one more time to keep their season alive. They trail Edmonson County 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. As it'll be Hunter Wilson, the 7th grader, in to pitch and try and close this one out. His 13th game on the year, a 3.50 ERA, 37 strikeouts, 10 walks, 2-0 with 2 saves on the season. As Hunter Wilson has thrown 28 innings, so 37 strikeouts in 28 innings. So he does have the ability to strike you out.
Definitely, and once again, you're going to see in here, or you're going to see here that the Cougars are going to take till they get a strike. And it worked last inning, and got to try to repeat it. It's not going to be easy, though.
Number 18, Eli Watson.
Eli Watson will lead off, coming in cold off the bench in that 3rd inning. You got to give Dane Hawkins a lot of credit. He threw 1 pitch.
Yeah, he got
out of the inning.
This is a tough at-bat here for Watson, though.
And the first pitch here from the 7th grader, Hunter Wilson, is a cold strike on the inside corner. Grayson County trails 4-2 after 2 runs cross the plate in the top half of this 8th inning. The pitch is a chopped foul, and it's going to die in the on-deck circle.
If you're Grayson County here, the best shot you have at tying this game up is to get at least one of the first 2 runners on base. You need somebody on before you get to 2 outs.
It's hard to come back if no one gets on base.
Yeah.
The 0-2 pitch to Watson. He chops at 1, grounds it to the 3rd baseman, Minyard, who recovers, who throws, and that is the first out of the inning. It'll now be Camden Brothers who made the error in the last inning. He's 1 for 2 tonight, single to left, hit by pitch and struck out. I think it's one of these things here. If you're Camden Brothers, yes, you did not make a good play.
Yeah, we made an error. It gave him the go-ahead run, but you can make up for it right now.
But the key is you don't. There's a cold strike on a pitch inside. And I'll tell you what,
that ball,
our home plate umpire has not been kind to the men
team.
in white pinstripes, especially tonight. It's by no means the difference in the game. Grayson County's had plenty of opportunities in this. The 0-1 pitch is a called strike again below the knee.
He hasn't. He's not. The umpires are not the reason Grayson County is behind, but this home plate umpire has been wildly inconsistent, to say the least.
As the game has gone on as well. Pitch outside, and that's outside for ball one. Tell you what, Hunter Wilson, that's a great pitch.
It's a great pitch, but you can't see, obviously, but the catcher was set up well off the plate. That's why it looks so good.
The 1-2. Outside, Camden Brothers extends, grounds one in the hole to the shortstop. Rose recovers, not in time.
And that's what you got to do. It's a base hit, infield single, and now you have a runner on for Caden, who's had a great day at the plate.
Caden Woodcock 2 for 3 tonight. Singled twice and struck out swinging. Caden Woodcock is the tying run at the plate.
Number 12, Caden Woodcock.
Again, he's had his best game probably as a Cougar all season.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's had some struggles at the plate, but he's made up for it today.
Hunter Wilson's pitch is a called strike at the numbers. And that's one that, for the most part, has been a ball.
I'm okay with that being a strike because I think it should be, but it hasn't been called a strike, so it's tough.
That's my issue, is that it's – and I hate that it sounds like we're just complaining about umpires.
Yeah, it's not the umpire's fault,
high,
that's for sure.
Ball one.
It is most certainly not the umpire's fault that the Cougars are behind. It's then their lack of situational hitting, but they just haven't been great.
Yeah, there's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
The pitch, swing and a miss. He took something off of that one, and Woodcock looked silly on that swing.
And you have two seniors right now with Woodcock at the bat and Shepard on deck. You want your seniors up in the spot to try to keep their career going.
The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Pops straight up in the infield. The pitcher, Wilson, will call, and the Cougars are down to their final outs. And it'll be Cody Shepard who will step in. He's 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts. The runner, Camden Brothers, is at first. Hunter Wilson trying to pick up the save here and finish off the Cougars. Hunter Wilson delivers the pitch. Slow breaking ball in the dirt for ball one. I mean, Cody Shepard here, you got to do whatever you can to get on base if you're in this situation.
Yeah, this is just, it's a rough spot to be in. And, you know, me not getting a senior year, I didn't really have the spot of I got to do something or I'm done playing baseball.
The 1-0, called strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike, bottom of the 8th inning. It's 4-2 Edmonson County. Grayson County trying to keep their season alive. Camden Brothers is the runner at first base. Cody Shepard is the hitter. He's the tying run. Swing and a miss, and the Cougars are down to their final strike. Edmonson County trying to stun the Cougars and pull off an upset. Hunter Wilson got to step off the mound, make himself up. This game almost at 2 hours and 30 minutes long. The 1-2 pitch, outside for ball 2. And that one was most definitely outside. Yeah. The Edmonson County faithful wanted that one, but here's the thing. You do not want to go down looking in this situation.
No, you can't. You can't. Your high school baseball career can't go down without even giving up a fight.
The break-even pitch to Cody Shepard inside, called strike 3. That's the game. Edmonson County defeats Grayson County by a final score of 4-2. They advance to the 12th District Championship game tomorrow evening. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back here to Butler County High School, where Edmonson County has defeated Grayson County by a final score of 4-2 tonight in 8 innings. Bradley, this one hurts.
It does. There's no way to spin zone this one. When your season's over, there's no positives.
And I mean,
No.
there are very few Cougars that should hang their head right now because, I mean, Mason Miller especially, he's saddled with a loss, but I put an asterisk by that loss because he did everything he could.
Yeah, he was nails for 7 innings. 7 innings of nails for Mason, and I mean other seniors. Gavin had a huge hit. If they go on to win it, that's the biggest moment of Gavin's life possibly. Caden had a great day at the plate, reached base twice on 2 hits, and I mean nobody should hang their head, but they're going to, and that's a part of it.
That's baseball, and that's the game of life.
That's life.
I mean,
not to get too deep here, but yeah, it is life.
Danny Clark right now talking with his team, and
That is
this conversation, as I say now, with after the last football game, after the last basketball games, I always tell the coaches, that conversation is never easy. I mean, what can he say?
And this is a conversation that, I mean, every team except for one team ends their season with a loss. Only one team in the entire state will end their season happy. So, I mean, it's tough, but Danny's had this conversation, I mean, 18 times now?
This will be his 18th time.
18th time, but this is a hard one for him. It's I promise you, this is quite possibly one of the harder conversations he's ever had to have.
And I know that you look at this senior class up and down. It's a great group of kids.
It is a good group of kids, and I hate it for each and every one of them, on the field and off the field. Chase cared more about this program than most kids, even that play the game, will ever care about it.
Yeah, Chase Blaine, he's worked with us now for 2 years.
Yeah,
and you heard him on a couple of our games this season. Did a very nice job, and
I mean,
he's hurting. You can tell.
I'm proud to be able to call him a close friend, and I know he's hurting right now. And I've been in those group huddles right there 3 times now, I guess. 4 if you count the season that didn't happen. I had a few huddles that year, but that is
socially distanced huddles, of course, right?
Sure, yes. But that is it's one of the hardest things to ever do. If you care about those kids, you're in there without a dry eye.
If you are a fan of baseball, if you are a fan of life, you have to feel horrible for this group of kids.
Yeah, you do. They got cheated out of last year, and this year ended abruptly that you didn't, and not the ending you wanted. But I think at this point, I mean, their season is over, and I think you kind of have to start glossing over the baseball aspect of it and just, they're moving on with life. Their high school career is officially over with baseball ending.
Yep, and it's tough to say, but you know what? Life isn't fair, and that's just a fact of the life.
Part of it.
Briley, appreciate you taking the time all season for us.
I enjoyed it.
We've had a lot of fun.
I'm glad I got to do it.
I hate that it ended the way it did, but you know what? That's life, and we look forward to maybe talking to you down the road.
Absolutely.
That's Briley Napier. We'll come back and wrap it up after this. This is Cougar Baseball on K105. Welcome back here to Butler County High School, where Grayson County falls tonight by a final score of 4-2 to Edmonson County in 8 innings in the 12th District Semifinals, ending their season with a record of 13-20. As you just heard, Gavin Childress and Mason Miller are being named to the All 12th District Tournament team. Mason and Dane Hawkins were named to the All season team, and Caden Woodcock was named to the all-academic team for Grayson County in this one. Winning pitcher tonight for Edmonson County is Hunter Wilson. He goes 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout to pick up the win here tonight, bringing his record to 3-0. Or sorry, he got the save. Hunter Wilson did for his 3rd save of the year. Gavin Rose picks up the win in relief. 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned. Chaz Wilson got the start for Edmonson County. He goes 6 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 11 strikeouts and 4 walks. For Grayson County, the loss is saddled to Mason Miller. 7 2/3 of an inning, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks. He did give up a home run. Dane Hawkins came in through 1 pitch to get 1 out. For Edmonson County, the scoring, Gavin Minyard, a 2-run home run in the top of the 7th inning that gave them the 2-0 lead. In the bottom of the 7th, though, it was Gavin Childress that had an answer of his own to tie the game up at 2. And RBIs by Darren Alexander, and 1 on an error as well, made it a 4-2 Edmonson County lead. For the Cougars tonight, hits-wise, Camden Brothers has 2, Caden Woodcock has 2, Gavin Childress with those 2 RBIs as well. Grayson County wraps up their regular season with a record of 13-20. Tough way to end it if you're the orange and blue. We appreciate you taking the time all season long to tune in on K105 Digital Productions, as this is it for us now. Since softball lost today, baseball lost today as well. This has been a year unlike anything that we've ever experienced and hopefully ever will. As we think back to our first game, which my memory's right this year was back on September the 10th. I think we were doing volleyball against Edmonson County. And we had our football season, basketball season, which was weird, obviously, with fans limited. And it's a tough way to end the year, but we appreciate you tuning in all season long, and we look forward to being with you come August very, very soon. I want to thank the K105 Digital Productions crew for all of their hard work all season long. Everyone that has helped us out through events so far, Cody Brock, Chase Blaine, Briley Napier, they were the men behind the curtain running things for you this year in this one. Grayson County falls tonight by a final score 4-2 to Edmonson County in 8 innings in the 12th District Semifinals. For Briley Napier, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.